Hey everybody, today Rahdo runs through his first live, what would you call this? Broadcast, I guess. Although, to be honest, I don't know if I'm actually running yet because there's like a 30-second delay when I start before the video actually goes out there into the world. So, we are just waiting patiently to see if the thing will actually show up in the other window. I tested this earlier today and everything was working fantastically. And let's see here. Okay, all right, we're talking, although I need to put on the earplugs to see if I can actually hear myself talking. Yes, I can hear myself. Hooray!
Hooray!
We have liftoff. Okay. Whew. Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Joined today is my lovely wife, Jen, and we are going to be playing a game of Peloponnes. Although, before we get to that, we do have a few little bits to get out of the way first. Main thing is Jen was running a contest for basically everybody who subscribes to her blog, which is jennifer.net, JENEFER.net. Sorry, too late to subscribe now. But for people who were subscribed, there was a drawing to win. Let's see, am I putting this in the right place? There we go. A set of 4 of her new skull markers, which she did as a special thing for the Zomerspell pirate convention we just got back from. And these turned out to be very popular, right, honey?
They did. Unfortunately, I don't even have a set of them left.
Yes, she actually pretty much sold out. So she's going to have to make new ones for you. We just have a picture here, right here. But, so it's for a set of 4.
Yep.
Right, okay. Well, to do this, I downloaded a new app on Jen's phone. Let's see. Did I just actually, no, I did not show everybody what our number for logging into our phone is. That's good. All right, so as you can see here, this new app it's just shy of 400 entries. Tons and tons of people. And it's really simple. We just, okay, so we're out of the group, out of settings, play. And all we got to do, honey, if you just want to hit that little blue question mark, we'll see who the winner is.
Okay. Okay, ready? Everybody?
All right.
Ta-da!
Why?
FlitCon. Flit-on.
Why Flit-on? I don't know if you can actually see that in the camera. I'll try and get that a little bit closer. Why Flit-on? Congratulations!
Yay!
Why? What does the Y stand for? It's who knows. But anyway, Why Flit-on is the brand new owner.
It's for Yar.
For Yar.
Yar.
Yar Flit-on. Okay, Jen will be contacting you in a bit. And okay, that's it. We are done with the contest. Although, Jen does these every, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. So you can always subscribe to her blog to learn when the next one's coming. But we're done with that. Now we are going to be moving on to Peloponnes. Although, I'm going to go over here and see if people have been talking much. Let's see. Sounds good. Quality is a bit low. Is that normal? Quality looks good here. Says, all right. So everything seems to be fine. The quality looks fairly good for me on my screen. So if the video isn't really looking that good for you, bear in mind, after the live broadcast is done, the whole thing will be available to download or just to watch as a regular YouTube video as well. So you could crank the resolution up to the max. But it looks like it's pretty good. I'm actually, for the purposes of this, I bought a Microsoft what's it called, Home 720p webcam that was recommended to me by Joel Eddy, and it seems like it's working okay. But enough. Are you ready to play?
I think you're ready to talk about the rules, aren't you?
Oh, I've already done a run-through for it. We're just here to play. I mean,
I
told everybody that this is just going to be a regular playthrough. People, if they want, they can watch us playing a game if that has ever been of any particular interest to them. Alrighty. So, and yeah, everything looks cool there. Everything looks cool there. So, all right, I guess I'll explain a little bit. Although, I mean, Peloponnes is an awesome, awesome game. It's in my top 10, and Jen loves it a lot too. It's a great auction game about players competing to be the best Peloponnes era civilization around. It's like, 1000 BC. I'm not really quite sure when. I could look up in the rules. Actually, the interesting thing about this is I'm going to be doing this run through today with all the different expansions that have come out over the last few years for Peloponnes. I shouldn't say I should say we. It's a bad habit to break. Normally I'm all on my lonesome during these things.
He has his virtual wife.
Yes, but now I've got the real one who will, well, we'll see how it goes. I do okay at this game, but I don't want to jinx myself. Don't even talk that way. So, there have been a bunch of expansions, just like little tiny expansions that have come out for Peloponnes over the years, and Peloponnes is now getting effectively a big box edition, kind of, sort of. You can go to, what is it, Iron Games, I believe is the name of the, you can go to their website and directly order them, the base game plus all these expansions. And I've never done a run through the expansions, so we're going to be playing with the trading and the sea tiles and the blood sacrifice tiles and the goats. There will be many goats today. Well, depending. We'll see how many goats show up. So we're playing with all of them except for the Athens expansion. We're not playing with that one because the rules say you really need to have at least 4 players for that one to work. So we're not playing with that one. And we're also not playing with the brand new Victoria one because it hasn't even come out yet. And quite frankly, this is going to be complex enough since we're having to be live and all that. So we're already kind of scared. We're just going to go with almost everything except for Victoria and Athens. Honey Pie, are you ready?
We will not be dead.
No. So here's, so as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of starting seeds to choose from. And which one do you want, Honey Pie?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have that one.
All right, and who are you?
I am Argos.
Argos, okay, which means she's number 7. So you start with $5,
Yep.
2 population, and you will be producing wood and stone for the rest of the game, which no doubt will come in handy.
I like that.
I will be Delos. Ooh, this is one of the new ones. Right. This one.
Are you all kinds of sacrificial?
My society can make human sacrifices to the gods anytime we want.
They wish.
We don't have to wait until the blood moon is rising or whatever, however you want to put it. So, okay, so I'm Delios, and Jen is number 7. I'm number 12. The low number gets to go first, so that means Jen will be the star player. By the way, I should point out, in case you may have noticed, there's a bunch of little pieces of glass all over the board. Normally, we use these little, wooden tokens to track our scores and everything and whatnot. But Jen, as you might imagine, Jen has made many, many pieces of glass, and so we are using these. So Jen is the first player. I'm the second player. At the beginning of the game, I start with $8.
Woo-hoo.
We're rich over here at Delios. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's because you steal all those people's
5,
fortunes after
6,
you sacrifice
7,
them.
8. Oh, it's for a good cause. All right, so I start with $8, and I also start with 2 populations, so we're the same on population. I am richer, but Jen gets to go first. So every round, and this game takes place normally over 8 rounds, but we're playing with all of the expansions, so that means we're playing with the D tiles as well, which means we'll be playing over 9 rounds. But every round, we draw a bunch of tiles, and tiles equal to the number of players, which is 2. Let's see. So there's these 2, plus normally you draw until you've done 5 tiles, 2 that are available for auction, and then the rest that are available for conquest. But because I've added so many expansions, we're actually going to draw 7 tiles. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, need one more, 7. There's 1 goat tile. All right.
Dear.
Only 1. So there's several more goat tiles. We are going to go, there are 3 rounds in this A deck that we'll go through, and then there's 3 rounds in the B deck, 2 rounds in the C deck, and 1 round in the D deck. So this is what's available for us to be buying, and thus begins the auctioning. Jen, as the first player, because she had the lower number, she has a choice. She can either outright buy any of these by conquest, which means you pay the price, $1 or $2 or $3, plus 3 extra. So if Jen wanted to spend all 5 of her starting bucks, she could get this farm straight off. But that's a pretty high price to pay. Jen will bankrupt herself to do it. Alternatively, these 2 down here are available for auction, where high bidder gets them, and the bidding starts at 2 or 3. And let's see. Oh, also, let's see. I didn't reset the trade. Let's set up the trade. Now, the trade is one of the special bonuses. This round, we will be able to trade stone and wood for coins. That'll come a little bit later. And also, we're playing with the ocean. So there's these 2 ocean tiles because we're playing a 2-player game. First player to buy those, this one costs $5, this one costs $3 and 3 food, gets them and holds on to them for the rest of the game. So we have revealed the tiles. Jen is the first. Have you decided what you want to bid on, honey?
Yep, I'm going to go with that.
Okay, so you are going straight to that to get the food. I was for sure you were going to go on ahead and get a farm.
I know, but I have no money to start with, and it's...
Okay. All right.
I do love the farm, though.
I know. I mean, there's goats. These are the only goats.
I know.
Let's see. So now Jen, that's her bid. And now she can't change that bid anymore. Actually, why am I doing this? I'm doing a full-on run-through. Should I keep doing this?
Well, yeah, because there's all the new things.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
at least while
but this will take
started.
all right. Okay, but just for the first round, because this is just, we're supposed to be playing. I'm not doing a run-through. People can watch my run-through if they want to know how to play the game. and yet I can't help myself. Okay, so Jen is bid 3. If I want to get this field, which generates food and wood and 2 more population and is worth 1 victory point at the end of the game, I'd have to go to 4, and that's all I'd have to do because Jen can't raise again. She has made her bid, she cannot change it. What would happen is if I bid 4, I would basically kick her out of this, and then she would have to send this bid someplace else if she can. So she'd probably come over here and get this one for 2, which means she overpaid, but she made me overpay by 4. But you know what? Jen and I, we're not the most aggressive players you might have heard. So I'm just going, let's see. So I could just go on ahead and bid 2. And so I get this forest with a bunch of lumber. I also get some more population. I'm really tempted to get this goat, which would cost a total of 5. But I started with a bunch more money. Delios starts with money, and Delios makes money. You generate goods. I generate money every round. So I think I'm pretty tempted. Oh, it's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to come over here and conquest this farm. Although, I need 3 wood to build this thing. Well, I am generating wood out of my town. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So Jen got her thing for a low price. I got my thing for a high conquest price. And so the bidding is done, and then Jen's jumping the gun a little bit.
I was just playing.
Right, sorry. Right. So after all the bidding is done, everybody has gotten something. And by the way, if you want, you can pass, which means you don't get anything, but instead you make $3. And there will be times when you have to do that. So we now see who paid the most money, because that is going to be the player that becomes first in the next round. And since I paid 5 to Jen's 3, I become the first player. Okay, and so now we can go ahead and clear out all the money we spent and get our tiles. I have this city tile, which I put to the left of Delios. Jen has a country tile, which she put to the right. Okay, so we've installed our new things. However, I need 3 wood to build this. I don't have 3 wood, so what I can do instead is I can take a loan, which means I take one of my remaining money. If I didn't have any more money, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I take one of my money to put this here to indicate I've taken a loan, but before too long, I am going to have to scrape up 3 wood, or else the loan will come due and I'll lose the farm, literally. So in the meantime, though, it is available to me. It is a goat farm, and now that we've got our stuff, we adjusted turn order, and now we can basically get our income. Now, first of all, my population increased by 1, so I'm up to 3 population. Jen's increased by 2, so she's up to 4 population, and I immediately got 1, 2, 3 goats from my goat farm. And as well, for the rest of the game, my goat farm is going to be producing 1 more goat every round, and my main hub of my city makes me $1 and 1 wood. All right, and so Jen's income was, she got a wood and a stone from her base, plus 2 food and a wood. So everybody's all got. Now we get our money income too, which is basically taxing our citizens. Each of us makes $2. As you can see, the more citizenry you have, the more money you can make. And so it's really important to get your citizenry up high so you can make a lot more money for future. Why am I doing this? I need to stop. I'm not doing a run through. Right, okay, so we both made our income. And now, the last thing you do in a round is you reveal the disasters. There are 5 disasters that are going to happen over the course of this game. Storms, earthquakes, plague, drought, and decline. All of them are going to hit us at some point or another, but we never know exactly when. But with all these expansion, there's a few additional things that happen. First of all, whoever is in last place, or in turn order, which is Jen can engage in trade. So the trade tiles are really interesting because they make it very attractive to try to bid low. Not only are you saving money, but you're maybe not getting the best thing out there, but you are getting to engage in trade. So are you going to give up any wood or stone for coins at 1 to 1?
And we don't know what's coming out next.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, all these are gone. These are all out of the game, but we don't know what's coming next round.
And money is very good to have. I think I will go ahead and trade all 3 of my things away for 3 more money.
So you get rid of all your wood for 3 more money. So Jen is loaded now. Okay. And now the other thing we do is this is the Sanctum expansion where, oops, it's a little bit off screen. Let me move it over here a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right. Beep, beep, beep. Nope, that's wrong. Beep, beep, beep. That better? Okay, yes. Okay. So every round before the disasters come, there are 5 of these Sanctum chips, and they're shuffled up, random, shuffle, 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 never kerfuffle, and we draw the top 3, and we see if there will be blood. No, no, no. 4 of these 5 have no blood. So there will be no sacrifices this round, and the people are, hooray! Our leaders will not sacrifice us to the gods. Now what that means is one of these other 2 are guaranteed to be. So next round there is guaranteed going to be sacrifices because you draw 3 and then you don't reshuffle, you just put them under the pile. So we know for a fact next round there will be the opportunity to sacrifice some of our population to the gods. However, Delos can always do it. So even though it didn't come up, I have the option to sacrifice some of my people to basically lock points in. People are worth 3 points at the end of the game, but if I sacrifice them, which costs me $1 for every one I sacrifice, I lock them in at 2 points. So it's bad. If I sacrifice them, I don't get as much on taxes, but by the same token, anybody I've sacrificed to the gods, I don't have to feed them. And so they might die of starvation anyway. I might be doing them a favor. But anyway, so I have the option to do it because of my special power. But if I do, I'm going to fall from earning $2 a round to only $1 a round because I'm right there on the edge. So I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And that was it. So the last thing we do is all these tiles are out here. We reveal 2 of them randomly, and that's going to start building up for a catastrophe. First one, ooh, plague is on the way. Once we draw 2 more of these plague ones, a plague will hit, and everybody will lose 1/3 of their population. Rounded up, of course. So what else do we got? Blank. There are 3 blanks if you're playing the full 4-round game. So storms and tempests and earth, all that stuff is in the future, but this is something we know is coming. And so if I suspect the plague is about to hit and I'm about to lose a bunch of people, I might want to sacrifice some before I do, so at least I can lock those points in, because if I lose them to plague, I won't get any points for them at all. Right. That was it. That was the first round, and no more run through. Now we're just going to play. So we're going on to the second round. A new trade opportunity comes out. The other one goes to the bottom of the stack, and see how many new tiles come out. So there are 2 more tiles, and let's see. Oh, here's another goat under the conquest section, and 1, ado. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. All right. And then there's 7 more for the last round of A. And Jen, I was the high bidder, so now I get first dibs on bidding. I got $5. Jen has $7, and I can't stop narrating. I'm going to stop narrating and start playing. Okay, what do I want? Ooh. See, now this is tricky. What I want to do is I just want to bid 3 and get this mine. I'm doing it.
I know.
But here's the thing. If Jen then bids 4 to kick... Well, no, actually, that's fine, because Jen bids 4 to kick me out, then she'll just kick me over there. Or do I want to bid 3 for this to get some stone and some wood? I'm already generating wood, though. But I'll also increase my population. But this is worth 3 points as opposed to 2. That's my opening bid, and now it's Jen's bid.
Oh, dear.
So if she wants that from me, she has to pay 4. Otherwise, she can go 3 to get this, or she could pay 5 to get a goat farm, or 4. There's a really cheap goat farm.
Yep, that also protects you from the decay.
Hold on a second. Jen hasn't gone yet. I didn't notice that super cheap goat farm. I'm all about the goats. I am all about the goats. Okay, I'm instead of bidding 3 and potentially getting kicked out of this, I'm going to conquest, which cost me 3 plus 1. I'm going to pay 4. And I got this goat farm. Now, by the way, I should say, with the full game, I mean, when you're playing with more players, everybody has these cardboard shits that we can use. So I can say, look, that's my green bid. But in a 2-player game, Jen and I found we never really need to worry about that. It's easy to keep track of who bid what. So anyway, Jen cannot take this from me. I am doubling down on goats.
Okay, and because it's your first farm, you don't have to worry about matching that.
That's correct. Yes.
But that means you're going to have nothing but goats in your future.
Oh, Jen has warned me. But I'd have to pay another $1. I'd be totally broke if I go for that goat farm.
Well,
but Jen's right. I'm going to completely bankrupt myself. I'll probably regret it. I'm going to go for the more expensive goat farm.
Okay. Well, and because I have to do something with wood or
right.
food.
The first countryside tile you place can be anything you want, but afterwards you have to attach to it one that has a matching. So Jen has to either put lumber producing or food producing stuff. Now that's not true. You can put any type of city building tile you want over there.
Sorry.
So, did you cough all over the people?
I just sneezed.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody. Okay, well, I'm just going to go for 3 for this because
so you
it's
just
got a
took
lumber and
Right, yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Jen could not have taken this because, anyway. So we're done. I bid highest.
Yep, so you
So
first,
I stay first, and so now we don't have to readjust. We all pay our money. I've got this. Now, my reward for this is immediately I get 1, 2, 3 more goats. I have 7 goats. Jen increases her population by 1. So that was the immediate bonus, whatever's in the top right corner. And now we basically, once again, get our income. So I get another goat, and I get $1, and another lumber, and I get a food from my new goat farm, and another goat. I have 9 goats. And now the interesting thing about goats is you earn goats like crazy, and goats are basically wild cards. You can convert them into anything else you want, but you can only do it on the turn when you get a new goat themed tile. So because on this turn I got a new, this is why I was so desperate to get a new goat tile. Because I've gotten a new goat tile, at the end of the income phase, I get to take all of my goats, all 9 of them, which means I'm down to 1. So I'm selling all my goats, and I can convert them into money, into lumber, into stone. And I got 9, so I can just take $9 and be crazy rich. Let's see, I know I need more wood, but I'm going to get enough wood just from generating to be able to build my farm later, or pay off my loan later. Let's see, I definitely want some. So of my 9 goats, I think I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more money. So I'm sitting pretty. So I got $6. Oh wait, also I forgot. In addition to the income I got up here, I also get $2 by taxing my citizenry. Got to remember that. So anyway, so 6 of my 9 goats went to more money, so I'm crazy rich now. This is pretty good for early in the game. And then I've got 3 more. Since I have no means of generating stone right now, I think I'll take 1, 2, 3 stone. All right, and that was it. And my goats are all sowed, and I'm gonna have to start building up goats over time again. Now we've done our income. Once again, whoever went last on bidding, or was last in turn order, so Jen could exchange luxury goods for stuff, but she has no luxury goods, so now is not a good time to be trading.
Yep.
And so finally, we find out, will there be blood? Yes, there will. The gods demand a sacrifice. So each of us has the opportunity. If you want to spend $1, you can lose a person. Now Jen doesn't want to because she's up to making $3. If she sacrifices, she'll go down to 2. So are you going to? I don't know if I want to. I just made so much money. I feel like I can afford it.
Yeah, but you only have 3 people.
Yeah, but I don't have much food, and I'm not generating much food either. And I have to feed these people eventually. Better to sacrifice them to the gods first.
That's true.
Now, instead of taking, I think instead of taking 2 stone, I took 1 food, because I could have taken food in addition. Yeah, okay. So then I've only got 2. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice somebody. I'm going to pay 1 to sacrifice somebody. So now I'm only down into the $1 income bracket, but still, this is a guaranteed 2 points for me at the end of the game. And you're not going to. You're just going to hold on to your bigger.
Well, I've got 4 food, and we don't have to feed until.
Well, not for a while anyway.
Right?
Okay, and so we're at the end of the round.
Yep.
Revealing disaster. 2 more. Here they come. Oh, plague is very close.
Oh dear.
And we're starting to hear signs of a drought as well. Well, remember, once the 3rd plague chip, which could be the next round, we could be a plague, and then Jen was going to lose 1/3 of her people unless she can find a way to protect herself. That was it for the 2nd round. Okay, so a new trade comes out. Now, these sacrifice tiles, they get shuffled up. There's the 3 of them, and then they go to the bottom of the deck. So, next round, we may or may not have the opportunity to sacrifice. You never know. All right, so these ones go away, and this is it, the last of the A's. And so here's, all right, there's, oh, wow.
Oh, that would be very nice.
The Paleo Castro, whoever gets this is protected from plague. There might be some interesting bidding going on, and then as well, there is some places to conquest. Okay.
You don't really care, though, because you've only got 2 people. And you can sacrifice anytime you want to.
Right, and what's the new trade? This time we can trade food we've got for luxury goods. Whoever bids the lowest. All right, and we're on to the 3rd round. I'm just going to check, see if everything's going okay. Has anybody complained about anything? A Rahdo cooking show would be so chaotic.
He makes excellent tuna fish.
Right. And somebody says, great interruption by Jen. Feel free to interrupt all you want, honey pie. I mean, I'm sure people would like to hear you more than me, quite frankly. I'm going to get a drink of water, in fact. All right, so.
We should have a little, like a flag I can raise if I want to say something.
Just jump right in. You've been living with me for a little while. I think you know how it works.
25 years or so.
All right, so how much money do you have? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I've got 1, 2. I've got 7. Oh, boy, I really do want that protection.
Why? You've only got 2 people.
I'll have more people.
Yeah, but once the plague happens.
Yeah, that's the thing. The plague, if it happens really early on, having that protection is not that big a deal. Well, see, the interesting thing is I can't take this. This is a stone, so I literally cannot take it because I have to put food or
And this one
goats
doesn't
down.
really help you.
Yeah, I already have that special power, so I don't want that. And
but you have to do.
so I could get that and just really lock in my food producing, which would cost me 6, which would almost bankrupt me. It'd be nice to get some population, particularly because I've been sacrificing them. Fort will protect me from, which one is this? This is from decline.
Luxury.
Yeah, saving your luxury goods. But the other thing too is I really like, for the rest of the game, 1 good of my choice every round.
Yep. But you have to bid first, so.
I do have to bid first. See, now here's the problem. If I bid 3, and then Jen says, well, the heck with that, I'm going to bid 4, and she kicks me out, then this 3 cannot bid on this, and I can't take this anyway because I can't use it. And all of these things are too expensive. So for this, at the very least, because if I get kicked out, what would I do? I'd come over here and get this these hills for some lumber production.
Because it's 5.
Yeah, so it's 5. So that means I'd have to bid at least 5 to get this thing. Now the other thing is, bidding 5, Jen is probably not going to go up to 6. I pretty much nailed that. And if she does, I can still, cut my losses and get this field up here or this port.
You can't get that.
Yeah, I can.
Wood.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. Oh, you're right. I need food, so I can only take this one, and I have to. But I could get this. So I'm going to do that.
Or that.
I'm going to go. I'm going to bid crazy high.
Oh, you have definitely priced me out of the market.
My goats really came through for me.
And this is just not that exciting for $4. I mean, I could get something.
It's 2 points, but it's $5.
Yeah.
This thing pays you. You pay $4, you make $1.
I know, but it's just another thing I have to protect when the tempest comes.
When the storms, yeah.
Well,
you don't have to. You can let it. The topsoil blow away.
So this one just allows me to do sacrifices anytime I want to.
And it's stone, and yeah.
And
you'd have to pay to build it.
Right, and then this one just means I don't have to worry about.
It's the same.
Lining up the proper.
That's correct. Yes.
Landscapes.
You could put any landscape next to any other landscape for the rest of the game, but to do it, you'll lose 2 of your population.
No, I don't.
They will get
On the other hand,
conscripted into the army.
They're about to die of the plague anyway. Poor things.
Yeah. Plus, when I get this, you could do it. You could kick me out. You could pay 7.
That's everything I got.
Oh, by the way, we've been totally forgetting also, Jen is making her first bid. In addition to bidding on these, when the water is in addition to putting your bid down, if you have the resources, you can buy one of these, which will basically give you victory points and food generation. You can fish out in the ocean. It's like developing fishing.
Are these bees?
No, we're the last of the A's, so we're about to go into the B's.
Okay.
So, and you do have.
I do have that.
You could get that and
that. I guess that's what I'll do.
So you are going to spend $4 for that and $3 plus 3 food for that.
Yep.
All right, and you're broke, but you made a big move. Yep. Very exciting. Okay, so now this doesn't really. These happen automatically, so that just gets built, and so Argos now has a seaport, and so Jen had to pay $3 and 3 food.
Yep.
Now, I ended up getting that. Jen got that. I was the high bidder. So once again, Jen's in last place. So she will be able to engage in trade if she wants to at the end of the round.
With all the food I just paid.
With all the food she just got rid of. And, okay, I've got this. Now, I need 2. This is really dangerous. Wow, I didn't even think about that. I need 3 wood for this and 4 wood for this. This might explode in my face. I didn't even think about that. If I can't get 4.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
And
the thing is,
have to feed next turn.
I could have if I was smarter. I mean, my goats could have been something else. Here's the thing: if the first round of the B has the feeding tile, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose this. That was so dumb. I was so impulsive.
Well, do you want to go back? I'm cool with that.
Well, of course you are, because you really wanted this. By the way, folks, Jen and I, we play super friendly. We are the king and queen of take-back. So, for people who don't like that, you might not enjoy this live run-through. There's probably going to be more than one take-back because, when somebody realizes, we're not ones to say, well, screw you, buddy. You made the mistake. Live with it. You made your bed. Yeah. Oh, I really want that, though.
It is very nice.
But I'm only generating 1 food. Or no, 1 wood. I'm generating 2 wood now. So I've got this. It's a really big gamble. I could afford to lose that goat farm because all this goat is doing is 1 victory point and 1. I mean, I already got the big 3 goats in the population. If I lose this, I really don't lose that much sleep over it. Although I also lose a coin. I'm going to take a chance. Oh, I'm so scared, folks. Very scared.
Well, you could have 1 more wood instead of a food. from last time when you did your goat exchange.
Well, I do need the food, though, because I'm also going to get more population.
Yeah, but you could sacrifice them.
No. I'll live with that. One take back is enough. Okay.
Well, put a coin on that because
Yes,
you're not building
right.
it immediately.
So I'm not building this. I do not have the 2 stone. Actually, I do have the 2 stone, but I don't have the 4 wood. And if I can't pay all of it, I just have to wait till later. So I'm really in hock, up to my knees. These things did not get built. They are out of the game. All right, so we each took our stuff. We rearranged turn order, and we added our tiles. And so now, I increased my population by 1 for this. Jen got $5 and increased her population, and now we just do our income like normal. And so I get a goat and another goat, and a food, and a coin, and a wood, and any one good of my choice. You know what I think I need to get? I need to get some more wood. All right. So I now have enough wood and stone to build this, but I don't have enough to build this. So, but if I lose that, I mean, I won't cry myself to sleep over it. So we've done our. Oh, and I make $2 off of my taxing. And what do you make?
3.
3. You're in the higher level. That makes a lot of noise when you fiddle with your mic. People are
Sorry.
saying, "Nah." All right, and so we're done with that. And now, so Jen, who is last in turn order, gets to trade. You can give up food if you want to get luxury goods. And there's no reason not to do it because you'll get those luxury goods back. I mean, those, it's 1 food for 2 luxury goods, and you could always get the food back because luxury goods can turn into food.
I know.
It's a perfect swap.
All right.
And
2, 3, 4, 6.
Particularly because, I mean, you could lose. So get rid of the food now. It's very unlikely to lose, your luxury goods. So that's very nice. If I could, I would have done that to, bank my stuff as pottery or glassware or whatever it might be.
Luxury goods.
Right, okay, and so now we've done the trading. We see if there will be blood. Blip, no blood, no blood. No sacrifice. Okay, so that means next round there will be sacrifices, or the opportunity, if we want to, for sacrifices. Now, but my special power is I could sacrifice to the gods anyway. And since we are now about to potentially lose a third, I'm at 3. So that means I lose 1.
Yes, and I would lose 2.
Right, okay. So if I lose 1, no, I don't think I want to. But if I lose them, I'll kick myself for not having locked the points in. If I lose them, I get nothing for them. At least I lock 2 points in if I sacrifice them. But I only have $4, and you've got like all the money in the universe.
Yeah.
How did you get all that money?
Well, this came with $5.
Oh, the
And
big,
I got 3.
It was, yeah. Oh. Let's see. I have enough food to feed everybody. I'm not going to do it. Everybody, your king is generous. Okay, so that's it. Finding out. No plague, no plague, no plague.
Please no plague.
It's the other blank. It's the second of the 3 blanks. And do you want to pull it or?
No.
This one. It's a drought.
Drought.
Okay, so we're about to lose a third of our food and a third of our population. Next round. Well, I mean, there's still a lot of chips to pull here. So that was it. We're moving on to the bees. Yes, honey pie.
I need Kleenex. Can you reach it from over there, or shall I get up and do it?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think I can.
Sorry.
Oh, I am mic'd.
Gently.
You're going to blow your nose on camera?
Oh, dear. I guess I'm not. Sorry.
Jen has a prodigious. This is live.
No, I'm going to.
Are you going to go for it? I think the people will love it.
No.
Oh, you're going to be very dignified and ladylike? I'm telling you. I mean, you wouldn't know it from her, but it's like what you would imagine Walter Matthau or something. Just really belts it out. And you probably don't like me mentioning that on the live feed. You can feel free to embarrass me in any way you want, honey. Although I think you have the good sense not to do that, because you'd be more embarrassed by. I have no shame.
Anyway.
All right. So that was it for the second round. We're moving on to the bees, right? Okay. So there's going to be a new trade tile that's out, and it's going to be money converting into any of the basic goods.
Okay.
If I stop, I need, and actually, it's a good chance that I'll probably get this because I have less money to bid than Jen. But anyway, so the bees, the first of the bees, and here's the thing I'm hoping for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do not want to feed my people, because if I do, I don't have the wood and I lose that tile. So
I don't have the food to feed my people.
Oh, so now I'm kind of all right. So we both get hurt pretty bad. So let's see what comes out. All right, a nice little field, a granary. So far, so good.
Oh, damn.
There's what neither of us wanted to see, folks. We're going to have to feed. Ouch. That's going to be, Jen flew too close to the sun. And a goat farm. Okay, so whenever one of these comes out, there's one of these in the B deck, the C deck, and the D deck. Although D deck only exists if you're playing the long game, which we're doing today. So you have to pay all your bills and you have to feed all your people. Now, I've got 3 people, I've got 3 food, and you can't opt out. You can't purposely starve them. So anyway, so I've spent all my food, all my people are fine. Jen has no food.
I know, but I have.
But Jen has luxury goods. She can convert her luxury goods 2 to 1. Okay, first of all, Jen, she has 6 people. Because she can fish, she only has to feed 5 of them. This will provide for 1, so she needs 5 food. She's going to convert that luxury goods at 2 to 1 to food.
Yep.
And what do you get?
So I lose 2 people.
She lost 2 people. They starved. You thought she was a good, benevolent leader, but,
Plague?
sure, some people get sacrificed to the gods, but, they had a purpose. Anyway, so now I need to pay pay off my loans. I need 2 stone and 4 wood. Whew. My Paleo Castro is paid off in full.
No, you keep that.
Yes, right. I do keep that money. Thanks, honey pie. I get my loan back, or my advance. And now the farm, I need 3 wood. I got nothing. So this farm is so long. I think I get this money back.
I think so.
Yeah. Jen and I, we always, this is really weird. We normally pay our dues. I might want to check that. Anyway, so
sure
this farm is gone. But it served its purpose, which was, it did earn me some goats. And, it's a farm I don't have to pay to protect when there's an eventual earthquake. And, I'm only losing 1 victory point, so I'm not really losing too much sleep over it. That farm, it's a tough time for farmers. Okay, so that was that. Okay, and now we can continue. I am the first to bid, and I've got $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6.
Yeah, but I can only buy something with a.
You can only expand here with stone. So you cannot expand with this one or this one or that one or that one. So you have to do a city.
I could do the cities though, yeah.
Yeah, this is a city, so you can take. So if you want to expand countryside, you won't be able to this round.
Yep.
Unless, because you didn't get the secret power that lets you do anything you want. Remember, you can always just pass and make more money.
Yep.
Okay, so, but I have to bid first. Let's see here. What do you gain from the sacrifices? Asks the Wanderer. Basically 2 points. At the end of the game, every member of your. Oh, Darth Ed is. Why am I? All right. No time for this. Thanks, Darth Ed 77.
Woohoo!
Okay. Right. Okay. Yes, I need to bid. I've got $6.
I've got $8.
And so I know I could do this, and Jen could not outbid me for it because, she took a bit of a chance by building that stone generating place. But got her a lot of money. Let's see. Yeah, I think. Well, that's $4 for 2 points, or lock in. Let's see. So I am generating wood, so I would generate the wood to get that greenery, and I'd get my food reserves back up. But I think I am just going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to try and get these fields. Yes, there we go. And so it's Jen's turn.
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Temple of Apollo.
Oh, you're conquesting.
+3.
4 + 3. So you will not worry about the drought, which you don't care about anyway because you have no food. Right, so that's it. Who paid the most money? That would be Jen. So now I get to engage in trade this round if I want. And now we can grab our new stuff. And this is fine because food goes next to food. My population increased by 2, so now I'm bringing in $3 in taxes. Jen's population increased by 2.
About, the tragedy.
There's a lot of free housing.
Yeah,
because
so they moved in.
A third of your population starved to death. So, of course, they come running. So you bump back up.
Yep.
Right, so, and that's all we get. And now we get our income. So I get 1 coin,
another stone,
1 wood, 1 food, and then 1, 2 food, and then another wood, and 1 goat. Used to make more goats, but had to fire one of them. Right, and I get 1 of my choice.
Me too.
One of my choice.
Well, we've just fed, so I'm not feeling. These people have said we understand that times are lean.
Well, the knife you just got the thing that protects you from, so you don't have to worry about losing your food in a drought.
Yep. And we've just.
I don't care about you. I need to think about my own thing.
Oh, well,
let's see. All of these are gone.
I'm gonna take $1.
A what?
$1.
A buck. A buck. A buck is nice. Oh, let's see. I get $3 for my taxes. 1, 2, 3.
As do I.
I still have no way to make stone.
I got stone all over the place.
I'm just going to take a stone, a single stone, I think. Should I take more? Oh, no, you know, I'm going to take another food. Wait, no, but I'm not protected by food. If that drought hits, I'm already going to lose a lot of this food. So I'm not going to take food because the drought's right on the hairy edge. So instead, I will just go ahead and take stone. Okay, so we've done our income, and now the trading can happen. I can trade money for goods. I do have $6. I probably should. You know what? Jen's got $5. I will get rid of one to get another stone. So hopefully I'm covered for stone. I could give up more money. I'm sure you don't want more food though, because I'm about to lose all my food. That really is going to suck. And I could get some more wood. I could. No, I'm generating. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. And now we find out, will there be blood? Yep. But we knew that because it has to, it's guaranteed happen every other turn, but it could potentially happen. Right, so, and although I can always do it, am I going to give up money to lock more people in? This plague is still about to happen. If the plague happens, I lose, I'm at 5. I lose a third. So that means I lose one guy? No, I lose 2 guys.
Yeah.
I lose 2 guys.
So you might as well lose them.
No, because instead, I've got the money, so I could sacrifice them, go down to 3, and then I only lose 1 guy.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sacrifice. Oh, I'm sorry. 1, 2, the gods are pleased, and so now I'm down to 1. So now I'm only going to lose 1. And so this is 6 points sitting over here at the end of the game that I've locked in case because I was potentially going to lose those guys in the plague that was about to hit anyway.
Right.
But Jen has the opportunity as well. Are you
going
to
lose 2 if the plague hits.
All right, so you're also.
So I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
And then
so you have to pay $3 for that.
I know. And then I'm caught up with you.
So okay, we're all tied up.
Because these are worth 2 points.
Yeah.
Each.
Yep.
So I can't let
Better to sacrifice them to get some points instead of lose them to plague and get nothing. Okay, so you've also sacrificed. It's hurt our bottom lines. And, right, and I did my trade, so the trade's over. And now we find out. Now watch the plague not get drawn for like the next 7 turns.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
For that to happen?
Yep.
Boom. Hey, it's the beginning of the eventual decline of our mighty empires. And droughts.
No. Well, I'm protected.
All right. Jen's protected by drought thanks to the Temple of Apollo. I am not. I have 3 food. I lose a third of it, so could be worse. I lose 1 food. Not there that big a deal. And there will never be another drought for the rest of the game. Okay. So the Temple of Apollo special power,
It saved me 1 food.
Yep. Well, but more important, you increased. I mean, these people just moved in. Wow, this is awesome! There's food. There's got the Temple of. Hey, let's go check out the Temple of Apollo. That's really good. What's all the chanting?
There's candles and incense.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Don't go to Argos. Is what we're saying. Do not believe the brochures. All right. Okay, so that was that. So we're done, and we're moving on to B. Now, we won't have to feed anybody else for the next 2 rounds. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's see. So there's you can get into that one, honey pie.
Yep.
And you can get into that one.
Except I have only $2.
There is that problem. Yeah, we're both. I only have $3. This might be a taking it easy kind of turn.
Oh, this was last week's trade.
Oh, yes, and yeah, put the new trade out, and the sacrifice things go to the bottom. Oh, wait, but they get shuffled up. So maybe there will be the opportunity to sacrifice, maybe not. We don't know. Boop, boop. Okay, and we're up. Jen is the first to bid with her 2.
I can't.
You literally can't. So you're just going to pass and make $3.
Yep.
It happens, and it's inevitable. This will happen. I do have $3, so I can afford to push myself and increase my population and that. Yes, I can, because this is wood and that's wood. And it's 2 points. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to bid my 3. All right, and so we're done.
Okay.
Although,
yeah.
If I don't bid, if I also take $3, then both of us passed. You will stay first, and that means I'll get access to trade, where we can give up $2 to increase our population. But the plague is still just hovering. Now is not a good time to increase population anyway, because you're just going to turn right around and lose
them. If only you had another $1.
Oh, I could protect myself. Well, all right. I'm just going to go ahead and do the original plan. So I'm doing that. So I paid more than Jen, so I'm first, which gives Jen access to that trade. I've moved in. Okay, we got a quarry and some, and so that increased my population by 2. I'm back up to making $3 in taxes, and so we get our income. I make $1, and a wood, and a food, and a goat, and then 1, 2 more food, and another wood, and then 1, 2 wood, and a stone. Oh my gosh, look at all this wood. I'm gonna start making luxury goods soon. Beautiful flutes like the cards.
Yes, I have made 2 luxury goods this turn.
Oh wow.
Because I've got more wood than I know what to do with.
Luxury goods, yeah, they're nice.
Well,
all
I
right.
would have if I.
And I still have to choose one thing.
Oh, me too.
I'm gonna take a buck because I'm broke.
Yes.
All right, so that was the wild card, and so that was our income.
Buck for me too.
Increased our population, did our income, and now Jen, as last place, you can give up money to get more population if you want.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good thing. So we'll go 1.
You're gonna give up $4. That's less bidding for next year. Oh, by the way, all of these
actually, I didn't
tiles
get my
are
2 bucks
gone.
from this.
Oh, neither did I. This is the easiest thing in the world to forget. I don't know why, but Jen and I, we always forget about collecting our taxes.
Hold on, wait a second. Because I only had 2 bucks when I started.
Uh-oh.
And I got 3 bucks for passing.
Yeah.
And I took a buck for that.
Yeah.
So no, I did not.
Yeah, and neither did I, right?
Okay.
I mean, we can pretty much be guaranteed to forget every time. It's crazy.
It's difficult.
All right, so you're going to give some money to increase your population. I cannot.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a drink of water while Jen thinks about that.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, I don't like being poor.
This is it's practically gone. My iguana bar and grill. The iguana bar and grill is gone. We've had this cup for, 15 years?
At least 10.
At least 10 years?
It glows in the dark.
It glows in the dark. It's very cool.
It's really cool. If we ever make it back to Austin.
All right.
Plus the margaritas there are really, really good.
So,
and they've got fajitas that I think there's some sort of a beer batter or something, but it's with pineapple juice. Oh my God, the fajitas are so good there. And the view
is very nice.
It's incredible.
But they are not sponsoring this. So we are not doing commercial timeouts.
If you're in Austin,
I was filling the time while you were thinking about what you were doing.
Oh, right.
But let's see. I can also do that by looking to see if there's any questions. We'll do a full Q&A at the end. But the Naked Meatball I just happened to stumble across asks, how many of these are we doing? This was one of our Kickstarter campaign pledge rewards. Basically, we're doing 6, one every other month for the next year. That we'll get in front of the camera like this and just
talk about iguana
grill.
You
need to think.
I've decided I'm not doing it because the plague is still coming.
Okay, so yeah, the plague's right on the edge. So Jen is not doing trades. Now we will find out. There's a 1 in 3 chance that there will be blood. Wow, there is. So this is a chance to dump these people.
Oh, wouldn't say dump them. Honor their sacrifice.
Honor their sacrifice to the gods.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Well, if plague comes, we're going to lose 1 anyway.
No, I'm going to lose 2 because I'm at 5.
Oh, well.
So I'm going to do it again because I only have $3. Oh. Stupid rounding up. Wow.
It is cruel.
It is cruel. The
On the
fates
other
are
hand,
cruel.
we're talking
I'm going to do it. 1, 2.
It's worse for them.
So I'm going to sacrifice the 2, and that plague is going to happen.
So I might as well sacrifice everybody because if I only sacrifice 2, I've still got 1 and they're going to die. So
well, no, I mean, if you're paying $3 and sacrificing everybody, why?
Because
you only have to lose 1 person.
Yeah, then I lose another 1. If I sacrifice 2, I'm going to lose 1 anyway.
Yeah, but you don't have to sacrifice anybody.
I know, but I'm still going to lose somebody. So I might as well take this opportunity to get ahead of
You just refuse.
Well, I could have just paid $2 to get extra people. And then I'd have to pay another $1 to sacrifice them to the priests or whoever.
All right.
The priests
again, folks, I have to repeat: do not believe the the advertising encouraging you to go to Argos. Jen, she sacrificed people. She doesn't even have to sacrifice now. Wow. Okay. And you've got all that food. You could totally feed them.
It doesn't matter about the feeding. It matters about the plague.
But you're only going to lose 1 person. I did it because I was going to lose 2. I'm ready to lose 1 person. I think in your what's it, the spite your nose, the biting your
no, cut off your nose.
Cutting off your nose to spite your face thing. But if it's cool.
You could bite your nose to cut off your what were you going to say?
Your duodenum. I should say, folks, by the way, this whole sacrifice thing is completely new to us. We've hardly played the game with any of these expansions at all. So, I mean, it's definitely interesting. So everybody gets the long walk to the Temple of Apollo. Apollo is very pleased. The sun god is very happy, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
But I have to keep up with you, and you can sacrifice anytime you want. I can only sacrifice.
That's true. Yeah, and it was kind of lucky that you got to do it back to back like that. Okay.
So,
All right. So,
and I
Argos.
lost 2 people anyway to not having food. Well,
Yeah,
I could have
yeah.
sacrificed them ahead.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yikes! That's scary. Okay. And so,
The city council.
and so you opted not to trade to pay money to encourage more people to come here, so you could sacrifice even more of them to Apollo.
Yep.
So okay. So it's time for disasters, and now the plague is going to hit.
It better.
Nope. We're starting to work on a tempest. Tell me when, honey.
That one.
This one?
Yep, the bridge one.
This
Between the 2 continents of decline.
Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. So 2 things on the hairy edge, and we're now moving on. This is the last of the B's. All right. What's the new trade option? It's going to be trading goats. I have goats. Oh, I totally want that. Jen has no goats.
No goats.
And I can't use these goats until I get another goat producing tile. But this gives me a chance to use my goats right now. That's very exciting. So I definitely want to be the low bidder, which is not going to be hard because I only have $3. So let's see what we got here. It's the Agora, which is the tiebreaker one. It's another new one, the Mines of Lorien. A bunch of stone.
Oh, and you don't care about tempests.
Oh, and that's good. Wow. See, all right. So anyway, so there we go. I'm bidding first. I have 3 simoleons to my name, which means I can afford nothing. I know nothing, Jon Snow. So there's literally nothing I can do, which means I'm going to pass and make $3, which means as long as Jen gets anything, then yay, I will be the low bidder, which means I can engage in trade and get rid of all these goats because they stink. They're stupid.
They're a little stinky.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't afford any of those, so we might as well just get
roll
rid of
them out. All right.
And
So you can have anything you want.
Yep, this gives me 5 luxury goods and a person. I guess I dangle some Cartier watches.
I don't know why people keep coming to your city. This is bad news.
It's beautiful. We're right by the sea.
It is true. Fish for all. Just come over to the Temple of Apollo.
Free fish every Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't really care. Tempest lets you save your land, and that could be good because I've got only.
You have a lot of land.
Points, though. Only 5 points. So like that one wouldn't be too bad to lose.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think.
But the Tempest is a long ways off.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this has cost me all my money. But those are $4.
You gotta spend money to make money, honey. 5 luxury goods. So that's really
I'm gonna
$3 back.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Oh, so now you will be able to sacrifice whenever you want.
Yep.
Which means effectively we can take these out because both of us now have the power to sacrifice regardless of when these.
True.
So
Okay.
all right, well that's
So
all
I
right.
bid
So you
4.
paid 4. So that means Jen was the high bidder. I am the low bidder at nothing.
And I get 3
And
back.
so Jen's now got that power.
And 2 people.
Oh, actually, I guess we keep him around because. Do you have the stone and wood?
Yeah.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Of.
All right.
1,
So
2, 3.
I couldn't have put that money. She would have had to put her own back there. All right. So you've got that built. Now these actually, I guess we do still have to do them because you could lose this in an earthquake. I mean, I can never lose my power, but you could lose that power. But I think we'll just leave them alone for a while because basically, until such time as you lose that in an earthquake, which you're not going to do, you're not going to let yourself lose that for 5 points.
Yeah, 5 points.
So I don't think we need to use these anymore.
The mines.
Everybody can sacrifice. Now the people need to run screaming. These 2 people just showed up. And they see the proud proclamation. Now, sacrifices every round. No need to wait for luck of the draw. All right, so you did that, and you increased your population. You got $3. I did nothing. I just made some money. And so now we do our regular income. What's the income, you might ask? Well, I make $1 and a wood, and I make a food, and 2 more food, and I make 1 goat, and I make another wood, and then I make 2 more wood, and I make another stone, and I make 1 of my choice. Thanks to the old Paleo Castro. And now everybody can just stare, watch us.
Okay, well, I'm going to take $1. Okay, I'm done.
Stupid plague hit already.
And $1. Don't forget your.
Oh, all right. Yes, I make $2 for taxes. So I got enough money, I think. If I make a wood now, I'll start making luxury goods. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to make a wood for my wild card, which gives me my first luxury good. All right. So that was income, and now I can engage in trade. 2, I'm going to get rid of, I have 8 goats. No, I have 5 goats. So I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 goats I got rid of, which gives me 2 increase in population. 1, 2. Oh, everybody. We put on a big goat meat feast. Everybody came running.
I think that means you got an extra income, didn't
No,
you?
because this happened after. We did the income, and then after the income's over, I get to do my
Then you
trade.
do the trade. Okay.
So, all right, so I'm back in the
Sounds
money. We got lots of goat meat. The new thing comes out. These were the things you didn't buy. We're on to C's, folks. There are only going to be 2 rounds of C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one of them is going to make us feed. I cannot believe this is sitting here so long. But we called it, didn't we? Right up front.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever. All right. Well, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. What's the new thing?
Are you coming?
Hello.
We've been sacrificing.
We've been sacrificing so the gods never bring the plague.
There you go.
And they don't understand we're only sacrificing because the plague is. Well, that's just a total miscommunication. But that happened a lot back in the day, I suppose.
That's because they didn't actually have a phone.
And it is feeding time.
Okay.
All right. And so nobody has to pay off any loans. I have 5 people, which means I have 8 food, so I'm down to 3 food. Everybody is very well fed and happy. You have 1 person.
I have
2 people,
but I have
eat,
the C.
and you have the C, so one of them gets fresh fish.
Yep.
And so that's it. So that was a fairly painless. And Jen is bidding first with all the new stuff that is on offer. And just so you know, I could add either of these, but Jen cannot add this one because she has a stone. But she could take that one.
Take that one.
Well, if you want to pay straight out.
I can't.
And what are the new powers? Protect us from decline, which honestly I don't really care that much about. No other special powers really. Okay. I'm gonna drink a water.
Look, that would give me my very first goat.
Goats.
And you don't really care because you've just sold.
I just sold all my goats. We had a good old. We had goat kebabs.
Goaty time.
It was goat BBQ.
Well.
Let's see. Which game is this? Asks Ishan Habib. Ishan, this is Peloponnes. Welcome. Hope you enjoy. We're about halfway through. Oh, the gaming penguin says so boring, honey.
Oh no.
I think he wants us to roll a lot of dice and hit each other over the head with sticks.
Maybe he wants us to be playing with penguins.
Oh. We were playing. We could have penguins here.
We could.
I'm sorry, gaming penguin. We didn't know you were coming.
You have to call us.
My mistake, gaming penguin.
Oh dear.
So boring.
Make the call. So you got oodles of money. Darn it.
I have so much money.
So if I only bid 4
and see, you're
on
one
that,
ahead of me on the old sacrificial lamb game. I see. All right.
We didn't actually talk about sacrificing anybody last turn.
No, we both had the option to. Did you want to?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
People have given enough. All right.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh. We also didn't do a whoozy.
We better find out what.
Hold on. So we don't know what this is because the plague. We talked a lot about it, didn't we? Or did we?
We were making jokes.
Let's see.
No, we didn't.
You sure?
Yep.
Right, because this is
help us.
for that one. Wait. Yeah. We
Can
did.
somebody type in there?
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Plague. And an earthquake. All right, so the plague has finally hit. Everybody loses a third, rounded up.
8?
After
So
sacrificing all those guys.
Oh,
No, I'm not at 8. I'm at 5.
Oh.
But so I lose 2 guys, and so I should have sacrificed. The one time I forgot to do it. I've been sacrificing this whole time, specifically to avoid this. So let's just say I did again because I had all the money in the world. Sorry, folks. I know you hate it, but obviously I would have sacrificed because I knew that plague was hovering. And so, whoops, I need to put this over here. So I sacrificed 2, so I'd only have to give up 1. And did you sacrifice as well?
Well, I guess because I sacrificed down to 0 last turn, I should probably sacrifice down to 0 again.
All right. So that was a do-over. Jen stays in the
bad.
lead. Then the plague hit, and hey, everybody's dead. There was no plague. But I do lose. I have 3. I lose 1 round, so I lose 1 to the plague. And now the plague and the drought are done. Ugh. Okay. So now we can begin. Hey, look at all this cool new stuff. Jen gets the bid first. She only has $4. Not quite as rich as she thought she was.
$4.
Oh, honey, you got a lot of blood on your hands.
I do, but so do you.
You have more. These are mostly goats we just dressed up as people.
Put little tutus on them.
Yep.
Okay. So I only have $4.
So you can get that. No, you can get that.
If I buy that, are you gonna bump me out? Okay. Then I'll buy that for 4.
All right. So, which is really only 3. Right. So you did that.
I need some new people.
Because finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have $7.
We're now open for business. So we've done all of the city settling stuff, and
I think it might be time to get that seafront. I have $7. So I could do that, but then I wouldn't be able to get anything else. But I could do that, and then I could just pass. So I'd get $3 back.
Did we? I think this was this last week's trade.
No. Last streak was me.
Alright.
So excited. I was so excited about the goats, I
goats.
forgot about everything else. So
Yep.
this is the new one.
Okay.
I am tempted just to get that waterfront. Jen could get this waterfront anytime she wants, but she's totally broke. It would be nice. It's 3 points, and it's 3 points I will never lose. And I don't, and I have the money. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Or what are we trading? We're trading lumber for food?
Yep, or rocks.
I don't have many people to feed.
I got more food than people.
Let's see. So I have 7. So 3. So the only thing I could buy agriculture, but I need 4 wood. I got a lot of wood, so I could do this. Oh, I'm tempted to do that just to make use of all this wood that's built up. What do you think I should do, Honey Pie? Just do the 5 and then pass and get $3? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do because I can do a trade. Okay, I'm just gonna pay $5 not to bid, so I'm effectively not bidding. So I'm paying, but this is in addition to my bid. I'm getting some waterfront property, and now instead of bidding, I am passing, which gets me $3. All right, so that's it. We're done. I didn't kick Jen out as promised,
Yay.
and so Jen gets her thing.
I'm still first because I
Jen
bid
is,
most.
yeah, she bid most. All this stuff goes a ways, and we know, by the way, for a fact, we have to feed next turn because we didn't feed just this turn. So the next turn will be feeding.
Okay. Well, I got oodles.
All right, so I just made some money and I got my waterfront. Right, so you increased your pop and all that. So what do I get? I get $1, 1, 2, 3, 4 wood, which is all luxury goods. 1, 2, 3, 4 luxury goods. I get a goat. I get 1, 2, 3 food. 1, 2, 3 food. And I get a thing of my choice. Oh, I got a lot of luxury goods. Now I do care quite a bit about that decline that's about to hit. Shoot. I'm just gonna get stone because the stuff that comes out in D, you need a lot of stone to build. Right. This is crazy. I just got this one little tiny thing. All right. So that was it. And so now I can trade.
Did you get your tax money?
No, I did not. Of course I did not because I'm a dummy. So I get $1 in taxes. So now I can trade. So, and I can trade as much of this as I want for as much food as I want. But I'm about to lose food. No, food. We're never losing food to drought. So the food is safe. So I am going to engage in some trade. I'll say I'll get 1, 2, 3 to get 1, 2, 3 more food. Although I'm not really making many people, but I'll get more people. People will come. If I build it, they will come.
If you stop sacrificing, they will.
Yes. Come. All right. So that's that. Actually, I'm going to lose all of these.
Well, I'm going to lose 8.
Wow. This is terrible.
Well, maybe not.
Do you don't have protection?
No.
I was scoffing at the who needs protection from decline earlier. All right, that's it for the trading. I'm done with the trading, and now we can do sacrifices. And both of us can do it anytime we want. We don't have to worry about the stuff. I got some money, so I could sacrifice, but I only have 2 people. I need to start building my reserves. I'm not sacrificing anybody.
Me neither.
Oh, you've turned a new leaf.
Yep.
Okay, and so that was it. And now we have to, right, so the new trade is going to be resources into money. And goats! The Cyclopean Masonry, the workshop of Phil, something or other. A bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of buildings. Wow. Okay, so this is the next to the last round, everybody. These are the last of the C's. And, oh, wait a minute. Where's the feeding one? Did we feed last turn?
Yeah, we just did.
Oh, we did. Okay, so yeah, there's no feeding. Right, so there's going to be a feed in this, and then there's one more after that. And Jen is the first to bid. I've got a lot of money. Jen doesn't have much. Wow. Naked Meeple, I do not hate Goa. Goa is an excellent game. The reason we traded it away, 2 reasons. This isn't distracting you. 2 reasons. One, honestly, it's been out of print for a while, and I could get some decent money for it. And it is not cheap to fly to Essen, so it kind of helped pay for our trip to Essen. And 2, it's a great game, but every time we play it, we always feel kind of like, well, the auctions, really, it'd be better with more players. It works okay. Every time we play it, we always think, why aren't we just playing Peloponnes? Because we never feel that, wow, the auction would be so much better. We just enjoy this game so much. So that's really the main reason we traded Go away. Awesome game. Absolutely adored it. But more than anything else, it was trying to pay to get to Essen because it's expensive. Jen is getting into the goat business. Wow. 5 goats and 2 people. I need people.
Well, there's loads of people here, and
Yeah, but I can't afford that. That's 10. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, honey. You sure that's all you want to bid? Because that's kind of like the best thing for me. Oh, that's all you can bid because you're done busted. Tin roof. Rusted. So I have 7.
Oh, actually, I have more money.
You have all the money in the world, and you want to spend that like
Yeah.
crazy before the decline happens.
Yeah, so I got 4 extra bucks. But I would still like that, and I can build it because of the rocks.
As can I, and that was definitely the thing I would have gone for. So
you've got
just
7.
fair warning.
We both got $7.
Right. So and you have to bid first. Just fair warning. That one is interesting to me.
Well, I can't afford anything else actually.
You can't.
So it's either that or
because
that.
you have 7 total.
Yeah.
Whereas I've got 7, 8, 9.
Oh, you're gonna bump me, aren't you?
Oh, I do have 9. So I could go conquest. But I really just want those people. And I can't afford that, which is the next best one.
Yeah, but this one's got 2 people.
Yeah. But 8 stone, I don't have 8 stone. Well, I do have a lot, actually. It's not impossible to get that done and built. And it's 8 points. Wow.
That's pretty nice.
At this point, we need to be thinking about how many points we're getting as well. We are so broke for people. This is crazy.
I know. None of these actually give you people. It's only the influx of.
Well, I mean, there's some special case tiles. Like, well.
Oh, you mean the cities?
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually last time we played, you had a city that gave you. Was it 2 people?
Yeah, I think 1 or 2. I think there's one that gives you 1 and one that gives you 2. But if you go for only 3, I mean, I can't not take it for only 4. You make it so cheap when it's clearly the best thing. You're not going to bump it up at all. You're just going to let all that stuff disappear in the decline rather than use it now to bump your bid
I'd
up.
like to pay all my luxury goods and then a couple of coins.
No. You can only, it's only if you're out of coins and you want to pay more that you can dip into your luxuries.
All right, well, I might as well. I mean, this is going to go away anyway.
So you're going to push everything.
7.
7. So you just turned in to get, all right, well, okay, yeah, you did scare me away then. I would like it, but not that much. Wow. Okay, then, well, I will. Well, I still want people, so the next best place to go is the statue of Zeus.
Statue.
Yeah, so, yes, I don't know why I'm saying statue. That's 8, 9, 10, 11,
like the
7.
satchel.
I can't do it. I can't get it. Right, because I had 7 and I've got 8, 9. So the best I can go is to 9, which gets me, right, so I can't do that or that, so thank you. That helps. So I can get any of these. I could still kick you out, but I'm not going to do that.
I mean, you
but there's
could
no
be
double
protected
people.
From
From the
the Tempest.
Tempest? That's kind of attractive. And it's 5 points. Oh, but I can be protected from the Earthquake, and that's 7 points. And either way, I'm increasing. And I've got, I'm going to go, well, that only costs 6, so I don't have to give up any of my goods, which means I'm going to lose them in the decline. So I should use them before I lose them. Temple. And actually, I care more about the Tempest because I don't have very many buildings to protect anyway. So you're right. I think I will. So that is going to cost me 8, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which means I'll give up 2 luxury goods to get the 8. And so I spent 8 to your 7, which means I outspent you amazingly. All right, and so I get the workshop of Philip, of Phidias. All right, and so that increases my population by 1.
Goats!
And so I will give up 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 to build it, so it's in like Flynn. And so now we get our income. So I get 1 stone, 1, 2, 3, 4 wood, 1, 2, 3, 4 wood, 1 coin, yikes, 1 goat.
And a goat. So this is the
But unfortunately, you won't get to use those goats until the next time you buy a goat tile.
Okay, because
so
the
next
first
round
one you buy doesn't activate the goatness.
That's correct. That's correct.
All right.
Right. So, right. I have 1, 2, 3 food. I have all this food and nobody to feed. Oh, this is crazy. And I get 1 wild card. I think I'll just take a coin.
Yep. And don't forget your taxes.
And my taxes, which is $2. Oh, but I mean, we don't have much here because we sacrificed them all. These are all 2 points. I was thinking, man, we don't have any. But yeah, we do have a lot of points over there. I totally forgot about that. Still so new to us. Let's see, do I want a coin or do I want something else? All right, so these aren't getting built. We know because the last round is always going to be these things. So if you want to think about what your wild card is, honey, let's just go on it. I'll just put them out, but we won't know where they are.
Okay.
In case you want to think about what you're building,
I
because
got
these are
tons
fixed.
of stuff. I'm maxed out on everything. So.
I got a lot of wood, but not a lot of stone. And all of these things, well, the coinage doesn't need much stone. I think I will take a stone for my wild. Okay. All right, so that's that. So we've done all that. We can sacrifice more people. Neither of us are in a very sacrificial mood. We've already done enough.
Because of the way the scoring is.
You're going to do another one?
No, I'm just looking. So I've got 16 points there.
Plus however much money you have left over. Oh,
no,
plus those two.
You said money was with land.
Oh, you're right. Yes, I'm sorry. Money does go with land, yeah.
Okay. So I've got 12 and I think it just said 16. So I've got 28 points there. And that's 13, 14, 16, 20, 26.
I guess I should do this too. It's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points in land. Oh my God, that's terrible.
Plus your money.
Right, that's what I did. Yeah, it's not much money. Versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. 14, 15, 16, 17. Wow, this is a low-scoring game. But, you know, we're going to build something big on the last turn.
Yep.
Right, okay, so I'm not sacrificing anybody. You're not sacrificing anybody. You get to do this trade if you want to have more money. And you, wow,
God,
now is a good time. Oh my gosh, you can make all the money in the universe.
Yeah, and now, well, but it goes to my...
Wait, no, it gets turned to money.
I know, but that goes to the land, not to the people.
What does that mean?
I'm lower on people score than I am on
Oh,
land.
right, but yeah.
Let me see the tiles again.
All right, here you go.
So 2 wood, 2 stone.
Man, I wish I had that trade.
7 stone.
Let's see. Oh no, not again.
What?
AMH Caveman says, oh no, not again. I can only assume because he's realizing we're bringing these out and kind of cheating and all that. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are tisking us for the way we play.
Dear.
But folks, this is how we play. We play super. You know, I'll shuffle these up. We don't know how they're going to come out, but they're going to come out every single time. If, in fact, AMH Caveman, that's what you were saying, oh no about. But people are shouting calamities. You should put calamities on top of the tile stack.
Oh,
that's brilliant.
That's a very good idea.
That's a brilliant idea. We've played this game I don't know how many times, and it's never even occurred to us once. People have been shouting at us for a long time about calamities.
That we haven't done any
because there's going to be a
disaster?
calamity with this, and there's going to be a calamity at the end of the game. So this calamity was supposed to happen.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Hello, everybody. So this calamity happened before.
Yep.
Oh.
Let's see what it is.
All right, let's see. What would be nice if calamity that just didn't happen?
I still have to do my trade before the calamity happens, right? Because we're
the
still...
trade last turn, because this is the calamity that happened last turn before we bought anything. Oh my gosh.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No.
No, the calamity's the last thing. The calamity's going to happen.
I'm going to do the trade, and then the calamity happens, right?
And then the calamity happens. Yes. Okay. Yes. You're right. Okay. Blah. All right. So this calamity's happening, and then this calamity happens, and this. Yes. Okay. So you can do your trade before the calamity happens.
Yep.
At this calamity, you're probably going to lose everything.
Yep.
So turn that stuff into stuff. Although
I can't. You have to use it to.
Because you can trade as much stone and wood as you want. If you trade away all your stone and wood, and then keep trading stone and wood to turn into more money.
Okay.
Or you could take a chance that you won't lose that decline.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take $10 for my 10 wood.
All right.
I'll just take 2 golds.
2 golds.
2
golds or 5s. All right.
Okay, and then I guess I will
Thanks, everybody.
Selling wood.
Sorry about that.
So that's
I should look thanks, everybody, for the calamities.
Okay, so I've got now an additional 9 for my luxury goods.
All right.
Although, actually, I will need wood to build that stuff.
Yes, you will.
And this, we have to build it when we get it, right?
Well, no. You can take a loan, but then you'll have to, because what we'll have to, you won't have any loans. This feeding is going to happen.
Yep.
Then you'll take a thing, and you can take a loan. Then you'll get your income, and then at the end of the game, you will have a chance if you made enough income to pay off whatever your loan was.
Well, let's see. I make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Calamities. It was a screen full of all caps. Calamities. And Ishan, yes, this game is hard. It's why we love it. Somebody recommends that we get somebody just dialing in. But the problem is, well, even still, you're right. It's a 30-second lag, is my understanding. But even still, that wouldn't hurt.
We just need everybody, all of you, to follow us around, or just to sit here every time we play a game and then keep us.
Calamities.
Okay, I went ahead and sold 5 of my stone.
Right, to make 5 more bucks.
And 5 more bucks.
That's a lot of money. I have $4. I will not be engaging in trade. We will not be sacrificing.
I guess
now.
Well, look, actually, this makes my people worth 4.
Yeah.
But my dead people worth 3.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so now the calamity happens at the end of the round. You ready? And it's not the decline. Nothing happened.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
It was still a good trade for me.
So yeah, so you dumped all that. So that means I have a chance to get my copious 3 goods. I don't even know why I was worried. Okay, so here we go. Shuffling. All right, so these are the 2 that are up for auction, and everything else is just up for buying. Calamities, calamities, calamities.
Actually, we could have sacrificed last turn, too.
Let's just move on.
Okay. Well, we both don't have very many people.
Yeah. All right, so this is all stuff we can buy. I'm the first to bid. I have a whopping $4. Really, if I have $5, I can bid. Oh my gosh, that is pathetic.
Yeah, so can you afford anything?
I can't afford anything. I am going to limp across the finish line. Oh, you're right. Okay, I can. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to buy flat out either store or coin. Wow. And I think it will be store because I do have what I need, and that's 9 points. That's pretty good. And it means I won't have to feed anybody, although I don't care about feeding because I got all the feeding in the universe. I don't want to avoid that. But this is only 2 points, but it makes my coins worth more. I have no coins. Wow. All that food because everybody was sacrificed. Oh, that's pathetic. That is so sad, but I'll just do it. So that's 4, and I've got that.
Yeah, I think probably for me, getting 4 more population will bump up that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 9 over there at the treasury. So I was the big bidder, so you'll get to do that trade for luxury goods.
All right, so to get rid of, right, which actually I didn't even use my luxury goods, so and that trade will, yeah, okay, so what did I get? I got a store, which is 9 points, which is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 points. That's pretty swell. And I made $8.
Yeah.
So yippee skip. And it's a goat. So it's a goat place, this store. So now we do all our income, but unfortunately I didn't increase my population. So how many goats do I make? I make 1, 2 goats. 1, 2. And let's see. All right. So I make one stone. I make 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I make 2 stone. Make 1, 2, 3 food. Oh, this is so pathetic. I make 1 coin and then 1 wild card.
Money.
And I think I'll take a.
Food.
Oh man.
Let's see. So I've got.
Guess I'll just take a coin. Okay. All right. So that's all my income, and then 2 more bucks for my taxes.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oops, I took that as a 3. There we go. Okay. And I get to sell my goats. 1. So that's 5. So I get to make 5 more things, which I don't need. Oh, but we do need. We need goods to protect all our stuff because both of these are going to happen.
Yep, I know.
Of course you do.
I was just thinking about what I wanted because I.
All right, so I just got rid of 5 goats. What do I need? I have 3 buildings to protect, and it's what? It's stone and lumber. So I need 1 stone. So I have 5 goats. All right, so I've got 4 goats.
So when do I build this?
And right now. Oh, you will do it at the end of the game when we do our final feeding. It's after the game is over. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got 4 more goats because I took 1 stone, and now that means all 3 of my buildings are fine. But I also need to protect all of the land, which needs money and food, which I've got plenty of either way. I got all the food in the universe, and so I guess I'll just take $4. 1, 2, 3, 4 for all my goats. Goat sale! Hey, I've got the money! I got it. It's too late. All right, so that's it.
30.
Okay, so we did all our income. You got your taxes, right?
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure I did. And so now we can engage in trade. I get to do this. I can give up my luxury goods, which are useless to me, so I will give them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get 5 more bucks, which is basically another point. Look at all that money. Right, and now we can do sacrifices if we want, but we're not going to lose them, so they're worth 3 points. Sacrificing to turn them into 3 and the 2 is pointless, so there's no reason to sacrifice.
Well, it is for me because mine are worth 3.
Well, but you could, but you're throwing. You have to pay money to sacrifice, so it's not worth it.
But actually, I think the way that this is going to work out, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You've totally smoked me, haven't you?
Well, no, 7. I think one of these people will die.
Oh wow! Even with your
7, 8.
Even with your seat?
No, actually, no. It works out perfectly.
All right. I'm not going to sacrifice anybody. You're not going to sacrifice anybody. Okay, so that's it. We are done. And now, last thing we do. Oh wait. Oh yeah. We have our normal end of turn catastrophes. There's the last blank, and we finally have an earthquake. So we have to protect all our city with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Spend your stone and lumber. All right. So now that happened, and so at the end. We do the last 2, and hey, it's a storm.
Oh dear.
And the decline. Don't care about the decline. Knew that was coming. So we both got rid of all our stuff before the decline, and now we have to protect. 3, 4, 5. So that is, I have 1, 2, 3, and 3 bucks, which is a point. All right, so all the catastrophes have happened. Now we have to feed our people one more time. I need 3 food. 1, 2, 3. Now you have to pay off any outstanding. Oh, you're right. I do have one more. I keep forgetting about the water. So you have to pay this off
7.
now.
Okay, great.
All right, and you get your buck back, and that's it. And so now you win, I believe.
So we got to figure out the people thing.
Right. So my people, I have 3. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 14, 15, 16, 17. That's going to be my low score, I think.
Okay.
You're going to totally crush me.
Well, this is 24 plus 8 times 3 is 24.
Right.
So 24 and 24 is 48 for my people.
That's going to be your high score, I think. Although it looks like you're going to do pretty well in your land as well.
30 and
all right, so my low is 17. So if you do more than 17 with your land, you're going to win.
Okay, what
but my land is 9, 10, 11, 12. You were like at 48 for your people.
Okay, yeah, 48.
9, 12, 16, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32.
I can't think when you're speaking out loud.
I'm done. 33. So my low was 30, criminally low.
31.
Oh my gosh.
32.
Oh gosh.
And then there's 11, so I think that's 35.
So 35 to 17.
17?
Because my low number is my people, and I only have 3 plus 14 here. Or no, it says 28. Wait, actually, what was it? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 14, 15, 16, 17.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Oh, it's 23. Yes, I have to multiply by 3. So 23 to 30 something.
Yeah, 35, I think.
There you go, folks. Apologies for any errors. I'm sure there were a few here or there.
I have 6 goats left.
All my goats are gone. Yeah.
Apparently my society values the goats over the people.
Man. Wow. Well, okay, there you go.
Yep.
That was Peloponnes. Okay, folks, that was it. That was a full run through. Apologies again for any mistakes. I'm sure I made a few here or there. I'm sure you were screaming at me. It's almost 5 p.m. in Malta. Yes, it is. And that's it. Jen is the winner. No surprise. Although to be fair, we played a practice game earlier today, and I totally cleaned her clock.
Yep.
So, strictly speaking, I think Jen wins about probably in our game 70% of the time, 60 to 70%. But it almost doesn't matter because we're so friendly, and I could have pushed Jen hard on some stuff, but I'm not. We play too friendly for I think play counts to really even matter. We just play to have fun and try not to mess each other's games up and just have a good time.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter who wins or loses in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, that was it. That was Peloponnes. And now, as promised, before we go our merry way, we are going to do some Q&A. Let's go on ahead and let's see if we can make this full screen. Fit to screen. Boop. Hi, everybody. Okay.
That's what I look like.
And that's what you look like this whole time, Honey Pie. And so now let us get out, see if there were any questions other than 5 pages of shouting, catastrophes, catastrophes. Okay, folks, if anybody has any questions for me or Jen about any old thing, we'll stick around. I don't know. I don't know if anybody does, but I've scrolled all the way back up to the top, and I'm just going to start scrolling down now and looking for the froggin. All righty.
That would be German for the questions.
Let's see.
Not that we're looking for
Well,
frogs.
actually, I can't seem to scroll all the way back up. I can only scroll so far. To Darth Ed saying you were metagaming me and I should watch out.
What's metagaming?
That's when you play a game outside of the game. You bring into even though the game should be about nothing other than just what's here on the table. You remember, well, the last time we played, he did this. I bet he's gonna that. So the metagame is a game beyond the founders of the game. Jen is the quiet force. Why are you always talking so much about the possibilities? Is this only for live? That's a very good question. It is ironic. I didn't used to, but I do run through so much now. People, when they do play with me in real life, it is something that I have a very, very hard time turning off. Not only for myself, but when it's not my turn, I'm often looking at other people saying, "Oh, you can do this or this or this," and I just can't stop. It's a really bad habit, in all honesty, and I apologize profusely when I do it. But yeah. Still, though, I would say I was doing it more in this game than I normally do because I was still kind of semi-treating this as a run-through because I knew a bunch of people were watching.
Yeah.
All right, that was the first question.
But actually,
yes,
it's quite nice because oftentimes I get bogged down in AP, and I get that stiff body, and I'm just staring, and I'm thinking, and everything. And sometimes it's nice when he just goes, well, this is a really good, obvious thing to do, and he is a very obvious seat of the pants. Go with the first thing he sees kind of player, and so sometimes that's really helpful for me.
That's true. Wow, I see why Tom Vassell complains about this chat window all the time. This is just awful.
Well, everything's scrolling so quick.
I know. This is so unusable. What a terrible interface. All right, let's see. How can I make this not have everything disappear? Let's see. I wonder if I can see them better. Because I know I have my special, what do you call it?
Your special...
my special double snap.
Do you need a wand or something?
My command station or something like that it's called. Let's see. Oh, I think I can see it on the other screen. Does it store them all there? Next game, Shipyard. Yeah. So this was from 4:55, which is just like a minute ago. Wow,
yeah.
These don't stay around forever. That's just so terrible. What an awful, awful interface.
How are you supposed to know what? I mean, because we weren't watching that when we were playing.
Yeah. Well, still.
You glanced over.
This at least doesn't scroll out from underneath me, so I guess I'll use this. Do you like Witcher, the board game? We did a run through for it. I talked about it there. What is next up for live play? Haven't even thought about it yet. I know Agents of Smersh and Agricola are potentials because it will be voted on by viewers. Hi from India. Hi, India. That's
Hello.
awesome. Thanks for answering me, Richard. You're welcome. It's okay. It makes you run through. Love live. Do you like Jaipur? Yes, we love Jaipur. I've done a run through for that, and you can learn why. Very cool. Do it more. Next game, Shipyard. Oh, Shipyard's the one with like the 15 rondels. Remember, you're building a ship. All right, that would be very scary.
You know what? We play a lot of games, and he usually has to refresh me of which one was which game, and so that's what he's just done, and it's too much to try and explain.
Matt Palmer wants to know where we got the chicken cup. There is actually a thread devoted to that on Board Game Geek in the Rahdo Runs Through Guild. Go to guilds.rahdo.com and then do a search for chicken cup. There is a thread with links so you can actually order it online. It's done by a very nice Polish...
No, Czechoslovakian.
Yeah, that's right, Czechoslovakian. We bought it in Prague, but they ship it anywhere in the world. You watched the top worst kinds of gamers. Yes, I did. Dan King was not making fun of me. Dan King and I, we hung out at Gen Con last year. We both like each other quite a bit. We were both fans of each other's videos. That was a lighthearted jest. There's no feud going on. Let's see. We love this game. This was like, I think, the second run-through I ever did a run-through for. Absolutely adore this game. Chat scrolls all the way back on my iPad. Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it here, and it does not. It does not. Maybe I should have we don't own an iPad, so I can't look back to the beginning.
Would our iPhones work?
Yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't have gotten these things at time. Let's see. Do you like which war game? What's the next ever? I already did that. Hi from India. Okay, we're kind of caught up. Love the live playthrough. But the next game Shipyard is sacrificing is currently okay. People are probably wondering, hey, why were we so cool with sacrificing people to the gods in this game? That was kind of a mean, nasty, cruel, vicious thing to do, and we're Care Bear players. Explain yourself, woman.
Actually, I was thinking people might think, because we talk about the things with slavery and games and things like that, that actually the sacrifice is very distasteful.
Yeah.
I think probably...
In the future, you would not want to play with it? Mechanically, it's actually very cool.
It is a good way to lock in points.
Yeah. And it made this game radically different. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a game where my population was this low because, hey, they're all just sitting over here.
Yep.
And it meant I did not have to worry about food. It was a really weird feeling game because of that.
I think maybe it would be better to sacrifice goats. And we could just make that our in-house rule.
Mm-hmm.
Because as much as I wouldn't want to, kill an animal for no good reason,
Yeah.
we'd eat them all. We'd eat every part. We'd use every part of the goat.
We have slaughtered our own chickens.
No, we haven't.
Well,
We
I was there.
Yes, but you didn't do the slaughtering. We had a very nice
It was.
friend who helped us with that.
But anyway, yeah, it is interesting. Honestly, I'm not terribly bothered about it. I mean, to me, heavy duty stuff like this, thematic content like this, doesn't really bother me if it fits the theme. And if somebody's asking about this, they're really wondering, well, hey, how come you weren't bothered by human sacrifice here, but you were bothered by slavery in Five Tribes? Five Tribes slavery was gratuitous and really out of place because that game was a very light, silly game. This one is not. This is actually a fairly dry game that really kind of treats its subject matter, very straight-faced. And so, to me, the human sacrifice doesn't stick out as being tonally inappropriate. So that's why I was cool with it in this game. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, this is scrolling out from under us too. Oh gosh, darn it, this is so terrible.
When are we buying it?
We have to stop answering so long. Alrighty. Friendly is the only way to play. As long as he gets his goats. All right. I like your idea. Always play friendly. All right. I'm just going to scroll and look for question marks. This surprise was this announced. Yes, if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, this was announced days ago, and then I announced it again. Oh, I forgot to actually do the, hey, we're live, everybody. Oh well, forgot about that. Right. Can you hello me? Hey, Brian. Live run through. Yes, there's announced. Yeah, all right. Previous year, what do you gain for victory points? Email you to what's this game, Peloponnes? Oh, maybe this is scrolling all the way back. I do remember some of these. Eyeball the game once, never. Works well with 2. Yes, it works great with 2. Peloponnes does. Auctions. Yes, it's all about auctions all the time. If you didn't put a question mark, I'm not even going to see your question, folks. Just Goa works well with 2. Yes, it works very well with 2. This we think works better as a 2, and we just play this more than Goa. That's why we got rid of Goa. Nice dancing. Apparently you were dancing at some point, Jen.
Have I danced?
Yes. According to Horace, he was very impressed by your dance. How many live plays are you intending to do over the year? 6. Once every other month. This is the first one. Actually, maybe we do have. I think this is the whole history. Let's see here. Related. Yes, that was one of the reasons we did this run through, because Peloponnes, if this looked good, they're doing a new release, Peloponnes the Box, which has all the expansions. You can order directly from Iron Games. You just go to their website. Bernd runs it. He's like a little independent guy. He's an awesome guy and an incredible designer. Definitely, he should really get a lot more attention. Let's see. I love Siphon Filter. Thank you. I love Siphon Filter too.
So do I.
Somebody asked, could we have a 30-second Beagle Mercial break?
Oh, of course you can.
Jen's going to go get Beagles.
Okay.
So they can say hi. So boring. Oh, yeah. Okay, all the notes are here. There's the so boring.
Come.
Again, my apologies, Gaming Penguin. We like Euros.
Come here.
Did they forget the natural calamities? Yes. Rahdo, are you losing? Yes. I normally do much better at this, but there's a whole bunch of new stuff, so we weren't quite used to it. Goa or Peloponnes? For us, Peloponnes. A lot of people would probably say Goa. Tula is up. Say hi to the folks, Tula. Oh, she's a sweetie. Wow, why do you hate Goa? Okay, I already answered that earlier. Does Goa have goats? I don't believe it does. So Peloponnes totally wins. Okay. Calamities. Yeah, they are. Forgetting about the calamities. Oh, no, not again about the calamities. Calamities. Rahdo, play good. Calamities. Wait, are you saying Rahdo forgets things in games? Yes, folks, I do forget. It's so easy in this game. We played a warm-up game earlier, and throughout we were forgetting about the calamities, both of us, and we were forgetting about getting our income. It's just, I don't know. I mean, the game comes with a very, very good player turnover that keeps everything tracked. The game is so nice and fast, it's easy just to kind of lose track. Rules Beagle. All right. I was wondering what makes this game the choice. Well, we chose from 5 that I thought would actually make for good videos, and we chose this one because, well, honestly, I was thinking maybe we'd be a little bit more cutthroat in this run-through, and we'd maybe try to, outbid each other. But our true Care Bear natures came through, and we didn't. But I thought we'd be kind of aggressive and have a more exciting auction. But sorry, we didn't, Penguin guy. But anyway, ultimately, voters got to choose which one, and this one beat out Agricola, which was the #2 request. Oh, shoot, I just scrolled ahead. All right, I'm just going to start working backwards from here. Why the third player in your run-throughs, Dobby or Tula? Actually, Tallulah's been the third player several times. Basically, it's whenever I look up, whichever beagle I see first, that's the one who's going to be the third player when I do 3-player run-throughs. Let's see. Jen, can you show us some glass? Can you do a glass workshop? Could you do a live glass workshop? I'll let you think about that while I look for the next question.
I don't know.
Oh, Snexter, he made a statement with a question mark. Oh, he's totally screwing with me. Jen and I are American, although we've lived in England. We lived in England for 8 years, and now we lived in Malta for coming up on our 3rd year. But we are both American. New Jersey loves your channel. Would you play an area set in New Jersey? We're not big on area control, actually. What's the meanest game we like to play? Probably Claustrophobia. That's the one, it's the big dungeon game where you always have the people and I try to smack you down.
Yep.
That's mean, but it doesn't feel mean. It doesn't feel mean because I'm the bad guy. And in fact, actually, Jen almost always wins. And I don't really play very hard. I kind of play like a DM trying to create enough of a challenge. So even that one's not very mean. What is a mean game that we play? Someday I'll do a top 10 on that. Have you tried playing Armello? No. Escape, we love it. Oh, Jacob, language. Best 2-player card game of 2015. Off the top of my head, I couldn't say. There's a lot of them. DTD. Well, how's the live broadcast? It's going pretty well. The live broadcast is working out pretty well, except I'm struggling with these stupid live things. Let's see. Did the ancient Greeks really sacrifice humans? I think that's a question for somebody else. Option to bring Tula for live in 3-player games. Tula has since joined us. When are you buying an iPad? Never! We have iPhones, that's good enough. When are you coming to Seattle next? Dick's Deluxe Fries, a Vanilla Shake is waiting. Steve. Oh, that's Steve. Steve is the guy I think, that you visited with? Steve Erconi, or did you visit with?
Several people, actually.
Yes.
But they came down from Everett, and there was some.
Jen is making a trip to the States in November, I think.
You're making a trip to the States.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I'm going to the States in November. I'm going to be at BGG Con, and I'm definitely going to try and arrange it. So I will be swinging through Seattle in November because I'm going to go out to Belfair to visit my mom. So this November, to answer your question. And then Jen will be going early next year. Let's see. Legacy encounters aliens. Jen's just not going to like the very, very graphic violence. You know, the graphic
alienness.
Scary people getting sliced up and chest bursting and all that. Jen, that's just a no-go just because of the art, really. Are you excited about Gen Con? I'm going to be doing a Gen Con, what I'm excited about in my next podcast. Or not my next podcast, but the one after that. So I'll talk all about it then. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming at Gen Con. Which auction is more intense, Keyflower or Peloponnes? Well, for us, Keyflower, because there are times when we kind of get into it in Keyflower. Because we're both so desperate and we're constantly bumping each other. Peloponnes, we don't really bump each other very much. We play really nice. So Keyflower, it gets very intense. We love Keyflower. Game of Thrones, the card game, oh, never going to happen. Let's see. Bulgaria. Shout out to Bulgaria. Let's see. From India. Okay. Oh, do we like Witcher? Okay, so I probably skipped a few early on. I'm just going to jump ahead to the end. More comments below. Let's see here. I'll just start working backwards again. Will you be at Spiel? Yes, both Jen and I will be at Spiel 2015, and Jen will be selling glass. Stop by and say hi. And let's see. Any chance of you guys doing a live play with more than 2 players? It's possible, but that's just going to be very hard. People have to come all the way. It's 2 hours to get to where we are after a. I'm sorry, honey, you can answer these too. You'll answer that while I look for the next question.
We live about as far away from everything as you can get on Malta. So yeah, it is a little bit difficult, and so probably not.
Yeah. David might, but you know, I mean, very few people want to come all the way out here to play with us, so that's why we're always playing too. But I'd be up for it. I think it'd be fun. Have you backed the game at 10 minutes to a kill? No, I have not. I think that doesn't work for 2 players, if I recall correctly, or at least it's not a good 2-player game. Have every of your beagles eaten any of your components? Yes. They both love it when components drop on the floor. They love chewing up wood. So we do have a few. Does. Is it Tula? Daub
It's-
never does? So
no,
yeah,
what-
this is the bad girl.
Actually, Dobby is so good. She will pick stuff up the floor and she will put it in my hand.
Yes, whenever Daub finds something that's not supposed to be on the floor, she will literally pick it up very gingerly. And because we have trained her that when she brings us stuff she finds on the floor, she gets a treat.
Yep.
So, little pieces of wrapping from when I open up cards. But Tula, she loves chewing up wood.
Oh,
So
gosh, yes.
we have lost a few pieces. That's a good question. Hi from Russia.
Hello, Russia.
Can you help me buy The Witcher? I'm in Bulgaria. I cannot help you. Sorry. Let's see. Glass Workshop is a Kickstarter bonus incentive. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Would you want to teach how to do glass? You didn't answer last time. You just kind of dodged the question.
I'm a little self-conscious about it.
Let's see. Who's the third player in your run-throughs? Dobby over Tula. Just whichever one I see first. Yes, I think. Thanks again for yeah. Well, it was fun to watch Jen beat you again. Yeah, again with the let's see. Which country? Okay, so I think we're all caught up again, so I'm just going to skip ahead again. Let's see. Thanks from Canada. Any chance, would you buy Keyflower or Carson City? That's a tough one. Keyflower, Carson City, do you remember it? It's it's got the big
With the
board.
saloon and everything?
Yeah, it's the big board, and when you put them, you rotate them over time because they get used more and more and more. And you have to build the road so you can build out, or you can build mines, and there's a river that runs across.
Yeah, okay.
And we have our meeples. It's a work placement game. They're cowboys, so they can shoot each other, but we never do.
Yep.
So that one or Keyflower?
Keyflower.
I agree. I would definitely go Keyflower as well. Carson City is amazing. It's a fantastic game. We love it, but yeah, Keyflower all the way. Cost of living in Malta is very low. Why do we live in Malta? Totally cost of living. I came here we came here because I got a job offer. It was a really cool job. 9 months later, it kind of imploded, but we decided to stay because, I mean, Malta, interestingly, for Americans, Malta is kind of what Florida is for retirees. Florida is a great retirement state. They make it really good. A lot of British people retire to Malta as well. And hey, we're British, in case you can't tell from the accent. So there's a lot of infrastructure that makes it very, very easy to come and retire in Malta. And we live, I'm looking right out the window at a beautiful seascape, and it costs us nothing to live here. It's wonderful.
Well,
we love
it's not
Malta.
quite nothing.
Not nothing, but it's
really reasonable to live.
It's very, very low cost of living. But the only thing that's expensive is, what is it? The electricity's kind of high. But even that's not so bad, we find.
Not as bad as Britain.
All right, so I'm caught up again. Let's see, scrolling ahead. I'm getting better at this thing because there was another Will We Be at Spiel. Jumping ahead to the end. Hello from Poland. All right, that's just no question. Yay, Malta! What is your favorite game that needs an expansion? Jen has no idea.
You guys, we play so many games, I can't keep.
Oh no, honey, you know exactly what. What is your favorite game that you would like to see an expansion for? There's a key hint.
Roll Through the Galaxy?
Jen's favorite game these days is Roll for, and we have played that game like 50 times now. I am desperate for an expansion for that game. It's still fun. It still holds up, but I'd really like to build something new in that game because Jen is addicted to that game. So yeah, Roll for the Galaxy, and there is an expansion coming, so we're very excited about that. People want to see the view. Show us the view. We will, before we close, we'll pick up the little camera and we will do a window shot. Let's see. Bangladesh. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Do you have a update? Yes, our Geek and Sun table. It's coming. I think it's coming like in the third weekend of July. It's going to be here. It might be the last weekend of July. They've worked it out. They're coming. They will install it. We will film it.
Yeah.
We will talk about it. We will show it, and then we will use it. Very, very excited. So cool. Let's see here. Any portable games for longer overseas trips suitable to play on a train? Something with Yahtzee-type mechanics. Oh, yeah, there's so many of them. Someday I'm going to do a travel top 10. But, I mean...
Well, what did I just take to Sommerspiel?
Well, that was not a Yahtzee-style game.
True.
But, pretty much all of the Yahtzee-style games work. Nations of Dice game. They all work really well. Hello from Belgium. Hello, Belgium. We love that.
We were just in Belgium.
We are not in you anymore. Any thoughts willing to share about Eagle Griffin and Martin Wallace? My feeling, Jen doesn't know who Eagle Griffin or Martin Wallace is. My feeling about Eagle Griffin Martin Wallace is the same as my feeling about Donald X Vaccarino and Queen Games, or whatever the outrage of the month is. I always have the exact same response, which is, folks, we don't know the whole story. We can't know the whole story. sometimes we maybe have one little tiny bit of insight about one person's perspective on a story. And usually the other side of that story has, are in a situation where they literally can't talk about it because they can't say anything publicly because it could come back and bite them legally. Usually the company cannot talk and prepare, they can't show contracts, they can't do that. So every time I see people jumping down the throat of whatever publisher of the month it is that people are pissed off about, even though they don't have any information about what the true problem is there, to me it feels like the internet bullying these people because they are not in a position where they can protect themselves. So my feeling about Martin Wallace and Eagle Griffin is I hope they work out their differences. I'm sure Martin Wallace has a very justified reason why he feels the way he does. I'm sure Eagle Griffin has an equally justified position. No, neither side feels that they are the bad guys. Neither side feels that, yes, I'm a mustache-twirling villain and I'm going to try and steal from them. From their perspective, they are justified in the actions they've taken. Maybe they've made mistakes here and there. Maybe there have been breakdowns in communication, but it's none of our business. It has absolutely nothing to do with us, and we should just leave it be. Stop picking on Will Wheaton. He made a mistake. He admitted it. It's just life is too short to get pissed off about stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with us. So that is my feeling about Martin Wallace and Eagle Griffin Games. Right. Okay. Let's see.
Would you like to stroke the beagle?
Dauber, such a good Bob. This is my feeling about that. You should just pet a beagle. Whenever you feel yourself getting upset about these things, there is no reason to get upset about them. All the people who have set out their life's mission to make games and entertain us and enrich and enjoy our lives, I guarantee you, these are not bad people. If they were bad people, they would have gone into another line. And so if your gut reaction is say, oh, those scumbags over at insert publisher X, you're wrong. They're not scumbags. They're good people. Maybe they made some mistakes. Maybe they know something you don't know about their situation. Sorry. I'm just going to stop right there. All right, so we're back to Keyflower versus Carson City. Why do we live in Malta? Okay, more comments below. 6,000 pledge has been explained. All right, good. Hello from Bangladesh. Do you follow the recent SCOTUS news? Yes, isn't that amazing? I don't know if you know, Honey Pie. Hey, did you know that the Supreme Court of the United States has ruled that gay marriage is legal? Gay marriage is legal in all 50 states now.
Awesome. Yay!
Yes, and there was also another big breakthrough for Obamacare that knocked down yet another hindrance in its way. So
excellent.
Good news for a change from
medicine.
SCOTUS. Yes, we are. We're total pinko commie. Left is,
socialized medicine.
Yeah, socialized everything. That's who we are.
Well, it's nice to go to the doctor when you need to go to the doctor,
and not have to worry about bankrupting yourself for the rest of your life. Yep. And yes, it's about time. Ireland beat us. Oh, we'll get you next time, Ireland. But still, we're still ahead of the curve on that. So that's fantastic, and it's so wonderful. Dalton would like to say, like you dog, although I have no idea which you dog you had on display at the time. Oh, what do I think about the He's already explained it. Once again, anybody who looked at that Thrash and Roll 6K thing and said, hey, I'm going to put on my internet detective hat, just don't do it. Just trust that people are good and that people are not scumbags and they're not trying to pull a fast one on you. If somebody makes board games, they're a good person. They don't want to rip you off. And he's already explained, somebody had contacted him and said, hey, I'm a big money guy. I got a lot of money. I want to see this game succeed. But you got to pull something together because I don't want to just give you 6,000. And so he talked to all the bands who were involved with Thrasher. This is the heavy metal game.
Oh.
It wasn't going to succeed. And now a lot of people are saying, her. And in the last second, like with 24 hours to go, suddenly somebody made a $6,000 pledge. And everybody's saying, hey, there's corruption afoot. Like, no, there's not corruption afoot.
Wait, wasn't it just somebody who liked the game? And
yes, as it turns out, it was somebody who liked the game, and it wasn't chicanery. Internet, please stop thinking everything is chicanery. 9 times out of 10, there's no chicanery. Anyway, so yes, I think it's awesome. Cannot wait. I'm looking forward to picking it up at Essen. So excited about that game. That was the one that made you do devil horns, honey. You're going to do some devil horns for the people now? No?
No, but I will lift up Dobbs.
Beagle devil horns right there. You saw it there first, folks. Do you like Five Tribes? Five Tribes is a brilliant game that had some questionable thematic stuff that I've talked about at great length, and unfortunately, I feel didn't work very well as a 2-player game because of the 2-player variant. I would love to play it someday with 3 or 4 players and the revised cards because I thought it was a really brilliant, clever game. one of one of his best. Let's see. I can see myself in the background.
Yep, wait, here come the ears.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are there any Kickstarter games you are currently monitoring, looking into because they seem interesting? Well, yeah. I mean, pretty much anytime I'm interested in a Kickstarter campaign, chances are I'm going to do a run through for it. So watch my run throughs. Right. Hello from Romania. What do you think of Porto Diablo? We picked up a copy of it at Zommerspell. Haven't played it yet. I think it looks really clever. I love the system of you play a card and a guy could do all these actions or all these actions. I think it looks really cool. I'm very excited to give it a try. Do you buy your games? I have a whole thread about, again, go to guild.rahdo.com and you can learn everything about how my show is made. I figured it out at one point. Something less than 50% of the games I do run-throughs for were provided by publishers. But I don't charge any money. Some people might say, hey, well, you got a game. And if you think me spending 5 to 10 hours of work just to get one game is a good use of my... I don't do this for... the resources that support Rahdo runs through are from the Kickstarter backers. Thank you to all the backers. It's thanks to them that Jen and I are doing this run through right now. Yep. I'm sorry, I should let you answer some questions, Honey Pie. Would you back the Carson City Kickstarter? If we did not own Carson City, the Old West game, would you want to buy it from having played it? Do you think it's a buyer?
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Jen recommends the Carson City Kickstarter. Although, I mean, we're not taking into account shipping and all that stuff.
Are they doing an expansion?
Well, yes, they're doing a new expansion. They're doing like there's a second expansion, and they're reprinting because it's been out of print for a long time. It's been very hard to get for a while. Okay. What do you think is the most popular mechanism in games? Rolling dice. What awaits us in the near future? Sorry for my English. Honey, what do you think is the most popular game mechanism in games?
I like gadgets.
Gadgets, what does that mean?
That would be like the tower that we put all of the thingies in and it comes out.
And that's why you love Zolkin so much.
Yep, I love the Zolkin. Yeah.
I think most people would not call them gadgets. That's you being kind. Most people would call them gimmicks.
Whatever.
But I mean, I think a gimmick that adds to the game. I mean, but that's your personal thing.
That's my personal.
As for like I mean, I don't think you can. It's either going to be cards or dice, obviously, because those are the two most popular things in the universe. What's the next big thing? What do you anticipate? What do you see in the future for board games?
Oh my God.
No comment. You gonna take the fifth?
I think actually one of the things we've certainly seen in just the 3 or 4 years that we've been playing board games is that the design and the art style and sort of the whole presentation packaging stuff of the games has gotten very professional, and I think that certainly enhances the games a lot. The experience of playing the game is the same whether you like the art or not, the gameplay itself, but if you like the artwork as well, it just makes it so much better.
All right. My answer to that question is two big things: digital integration and persistence. The risk legacy type stuff. The fact that we just finished the game of Peloponnes. I would love Peloponnes Legacy, where we would start the next time we play, where what happened in this game affects how our next game begins.
Well,
and there's like a through line.
We need a few more game tables. We just leave everything set up all the time.
Let's see. How about a run through of our whole house? Well, it's just a 2-bedroom flat. It's not a whole. And then let's see. And Jen I think she shook her head no.
Oh well, you kind of did that last year when you got the glasses.
Yeah. Well, I can't really do that right now. I guess we could. Well, our Wi-Fi doesn't. Even though it's a little tiny, our Wi-Fi doesn't reach all the way to the back. But I did do Jen's right. Yeah. There is a run through. Again, if you go to my guild, guild.rahdo.com, you can find a thread where I was doing some tests about goggles, like GoPro type things, and I put up a test video, and in that video I kind of walked around our house. So you can look for that. Have you tried Concept? Really? Friday says that Concept works as a 2-player game. Well, I guess that's right because it's not a game, right? That's really interesting. I'm intrigued. I never would have even given it a second thought. It's a party game, and party games are always terrible with 2 players. But Friday here says, my good friend Friday, who I've known since he was a wee bairn. All right, let's see. All right, so Poop says Poop Man 123, and really, what else would you expect from Poop Man 123? We're doing a lot. Yeah, we're doing live run-throughs every other month for the next year. Window shot, show us the view. All right, so I think we're caught up. Let's more comments below. Are you doing okay, Honey Pie?
I'm
I'll
fine.
try to throw more questions your way. Have you ever played Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective? Yes, we did. Would you like to tell your story of playing Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective? Which for you
If you remind me which one it was.
Does this remind you of anything?
Oh, you mean when we were in Paris?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What a ton of information. I was the stenographer, and I wrote down everything, absolutely everything, about that game.
I mean, yeah, you had like a steno pad, like single space. You wrote pages and pages of notes. So you didn't really get to enjoy the game very much.
No, I didn't have a good time.
No. You're not getting on note-taking duty again.
No.
Yeah. We do actually have a copy of it, and I am planning on doing a run-through of it sometime in the future. Let's see. How are the chickens, Honey Pie?
Oh, mostly good.
What does that mean?
Well,
that sounds like some bad.
Yeah, Blanche has, she's been having some problems laying eggs.
Okay.
And when we were in Belgium, we have a lovely lady that comes and stays with our beagles and looks after our hens for us when we travel. And she just doesn't really know much about chickens. But so Blanche was having a problem again. And so when we came back, she was all messy of bum.
Oh, dear.
Yes. And so we're just working through it.
Jen is the chicken whisperer. Jen has actually performed, is it 2 or 3? 3 live chicken tracheotomies.
No.
They were full-on tracheotomies.
They're not tracheotomies. That's when you get into the windpipe. Basically, chicken.
I mean, it's the same thing.
No, not really.
You cut open a live chicken and reached around in its guts.
Sort of. Well,
you made it whole with the healing power of your hands. You're a miracle worker. You're Dr. Quinn, medicine woman for chickens. Anyway.
If you want to know more about what I did to my chickens, let me know and I will elaborate.
It was amazeballs. All right, let's see.
They did live. They
lived.
They had great lives. I even did it for a friend's chicken.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Louise's chicken, remember?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Honey,
yes?
We're gay. Somebody would like us to know. Thank you. We are very happy people.
Yes, we are.
There's back to the poop. Okay, so let's catch up again. It's good to have.
Actually, in England, they say poo, which sounds ever so much cute, I think.
Oh, I think I scrolled back too far.
Oop.
Darn it. I'm going to have to look see if there's a good plug-in for questions. Love you both. We love you too, James. What's your favorite game? Agricola for me, and normally, in the past, Jen has said Dungeon Pets, but she loves Roll for the Galaxy so much I wouldn't be surprised if that bumped it for her.
No, I still love Dungeon Pets the best.
All right, and a good choice.
Yeah.
We're Zinvox folk in 13 days. Those are really not Jen's cup of tea. I couldn't even get halfway through explaining Twilight Struggle to her before she said, nah, not interested, not going to happen. So Verzindos folk, same, I just don't think it's going to happen. Too bad. When did you realize you were, Jen,
yes?
This is a question for you. When did you realize you were becoming a gamer?
Oh, gosh. I've been married to a game guy for 25 years. We used to play video games back when they were consoles together.
That's true, yeah.
Remember we used to play Blanca and Ryu?
Yes, Jen was.
Haruka!
Yeah, no, I didn't play Ryu. I played Chun-Li. It was always Beauty and the Beast, and I was the Beauty and you were the Beast.
I always played the Beast.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's going back quite a ways.
Yeah. That was on the Super Nintendo.
Yep. There was a lot of that. Then we played Magic the Gathering for a couple years.
Yeah. Helped pay for our house.
Yes, indeed, because actually he bought a bunch of extra cards and we sold them a couple years on after they become rares or something.
Yeah.
So
back in
nice.
3rd edition era, I started buying a whole bunch of cases and then was able to flip them to help with our down payment.
On our very first house.
Yeah.
Yep, that was awesome. And then we played EverQuest, I would say would be the next big.
And that was tough for you because you had the whole inner ear thing. You can't play 3D first-person games, but you got so addicted. I mean, you were literally addicted for the better part of a year. I walked away from it.
On my birthday, we played it.
Yes, I walked away, and she was still every night for hours in her guild, the Sylvan Rangers.
Yep.
Just playing obsessively. And because of her inner ear thing, when she would play, as she was moving around, she'd have to go like this. So that there would be motion in her head, so that you wouldn't have the disconnect, so you wouldn't get splitting headaches.
I didn't realize I was doing that.
Yeah, no, you did. You started doing it over time. It was the only way you could play.
Well, and I would sit for hours and hours and hours. So probably the longer I played, the more I had to adjust.
Yeah.
So, and then, gosh, my favorite game of all time that you made.
Oh, Pitfall Harry.
Pitfall Harry, that was awesome.
Thank you.
I love that game.
Yeah.
There's a special place in that game where there's an R and a J and a heart on a tree. Actually, inside a tree.
Yes.
Yep.
Good memory.
Because I knew someone who knew someone.
Yep.
And then, let's see, then we got into board gaming. Yeah, started with Pandemic. Still a favorite.
So the answer to your question of when did you realize you were becoming a gamer is...
And actually, I'm going to go back further because I
you
can
played
remember
Centipede
being in 5th grade and scrounging around on the couch cushions for a quarter to go down and play Pac-Man.
To play Pac-Man. Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man?
Both.
All right.
And Donkey Kong.
And Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. And
All right.
pinball. So I think I've always been attracted to games, but I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore.
She relies on me for all the hardcoreness.
Yes.
What is my age? I am, what, 46, I think?
Yes.
I'm 46. What are your top 5 annoying gamers? To me, the only, honey, what do you find annoying in a gaming partner?
People who don't let me think. People who make me feel really pressured to move on with my thing before I'm done and ready.
Because you like to think.
I like to think.
For quite a while.
Yeah.
You were going pretty quick in this game, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, we've played with multiple people, and that, you know, like I can remember what's that one with the trains? Game with the trains, and you know, people were like, they had planned their moves, and I'm like, guys.
Railways of the World. Yeah.
So that's it mainly for me. I just need enough time to process.
I would say it's kind of similar to that. Well, Jen and I, if you watch the Peloponnes run through, you know we do take-backs all the time. And probably nothing irks me more than, no, you took your hand off the piece. That's it. You're done. This is life and death. Didn't you know? Don't you understand how important this is? You can't undo, you know, that. I understand, and it's fine. I appreciate this. You take it much more seriously than me, but that is always a real turnoff for me. So that'd probably be my number one thing that really is just kind of, I'm taken aback by, and if I ever run into that, I'm like, okay, well, I don't think we're going to play again. Let's see. Right. Do you know the Dice Tower? I love the Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is awesome. Tom is awesome. Oh gosh, now I can't think of anybody. The Game Boy Geek is awesome. Eric Summer is awesome.
Drive-through review.
Joel Eddy is not a member of the Dice Tower, but he is also awesome.
Oh,
I pretty much watch everybody.
Ryan, who we played with at Spiel last year.
Ryan, who we played with at Spiel. Oh, yes, Ryan Metzler. I played 2 games with Ryan Metzler. He's a nice guy. Dice Tower is awesome. They are an incredible organization. I love everything they do. I think Tom, I often disagree with him. I often think he gets it wrong. But hey, you know what? Everybody's got an off day. I certainly make plenty of mistakes. What area of fantasy do you want to explore in more depth through board games?
Oh my goodness. I like timeline things. I enjoy time parallaxes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Alternate timelines, that sort of thing. I think that's probably one of my favorite genres.
Good answer.
Thank you.
I'll be honest, I just like meat and potatoes, the high fantasy.
What was that one that we just played recently where you went back in time and you had to have...
Loop Inc.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I like that.
Okay. Good answer. Better than mine. True or false? 2015, way too much little games and stripped board games, blah, 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 the dice game.
Was that a sentence? Was that a question?
True or false? In 2015, have we had way too much little games and stripped board games, blah, 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 the dice game? Like, you know, I would say no. I'm not sure, but I would say no. And then we're back to Sherlock Holmes.
Is she saying that the games we played in 2015?
She's asking, do we feel that the games of 2015 thus far, have there been too few games, real games, and too many of the, let's just kind of knock out a game really quickly, like Nations of the Dice game, or Roll Through the Galaxy, which is Race for the Galaxy, the dice game, or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I would say no. I think that's great whenever somebody successfully does that. Raw, the dice game. I mean, I'm down. I'm always down for a quick, tasty morsel of a big, hefty meal. So it doesn't bother me. Let's see. Now we're catching back up. How do you fit 600 games on those shelves? Are you hiding some?
Yes, he is. In
Good question.
Cupboard and cabinet that he can find.
There is, we have a closet full of games, and that's only around 300 that are really on the 300 or so up there. Do people from your past contact you after coming across your videos? No. Has anybody done that?
Not a single person.
No. I think I've had a couple of video game
Mm,
former coworkers, but
yeah.
that's like only going back 10 or 20 years. Like nobody from high school or anything like that.
Nope.
No, that's not true. Jason Matsumoto.
Did he?
No. I ran into him before I even started doing the videos. But yeah, so no, that's it. Yeah. It's a big world apparently, not a small world. Hey, Lieb is in here somewhere,
Leva?
and apparently she's talking to people in Flemish, not Dutch. Oh wait, no, is she Dutch?
She's Flemish.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
God, no, Dutch.
Oh, we got to be careful there. Is Forge War still a big hit for you? I have found out I will be picking up my copy of Forge War at Essen 2015. I cannot wait. What is yours and Jen's favorite game mechanic, and in what game? What is your favorite game mechanism? You answered this earlier.
Is that like the gimmicks?
Yeah. Jen, it's a broad thing. She talked about this a little while ago. She likes gimmicks. She loves the cube tower in Amerigo. She loves the cubes in Zolkin. My favorite game mechanism is having a hand of cards, and to play one of these cards, I have to sacrifice other cards. Sacrificing stuff I really want to do the thing I want, I love that. That's always the most entertaining. Jen has thought of another one she loves.
Also, what's that game that we play, and you can either set up a farm,
Yes.
or you can use it over here for
La Granja.
that.
Multi-use cards.
Yes.
This card is really 4 cards, depending on how you use it, which is kind of similar.
Yep, like Bruges.
Yeah, like Bruges is an excellent example of that. Yep. Jen loves Bruges. Let's see here. Have you ever heard of Heavy Cardboard Podcasts? Yeah, I listened to a couple of them. I only listen to, the only podcasts I listen to regularly are Cracked, which is awesome, and
Freakonomics.
and Jen loves Freakonomics. And then I do listen to the main Dice Tower one. I have listened to a couple of Heavy Cardboard podcasts. I thought they were really good. Good, charismatic guys covering subjects that's near and dear to my heart. It's just that I very rarely have time to listen to podcasts. So, yeah, but they're great. They're really good guys. What about a combo presentation with Knox? My Dutch is not good enough for that. He's a nice guy. I met him at Zomerspell last week. Yeah, he was a great guy. What about Watch It Played? Rodney is fantastic. My only problem I have, I need to keep looking over there. My only problem I have with Rodney Smith is 9 times out of 10, when he puts a video up, I've already played the game. It's like, but on that rare 10th out of 10th time when he is covering a game before I've gotten my hands on it, it's like magic. The man, I mean, he puts so much love and attention to detail. He's a superstar. He's absolutely amazing. He deserves all the accolades he gets. And I've met him in real life. He's the nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. That's all I got to say about him. He's Canadian.
Oh, a boot.
Let's see. What about Watch It Played? Like Frodo, he just asked the do part. Oh, somebody else is answering questions. Yay. Where did Rahdo come from? Somebody already got that. Yeah, specifically, when I was playing EverQuest, I had a little halfling. And the first guy I made was a human, and I just called him R-A-H-A-M, Rawham. Hey, it's R-A-H, my initials, Richard Allen Ham, and Ham. And then he was a terrible character, so I re-rolled, made a halfling, and I said, he's a little hobbit. Okay, I'll call him Rahdo. And then nobody ever uses Rahdo. It's always available, so that's where it came from. It's my hobbit name, basically. What is that gamer glass? That is a poster of Jen's gamer glass that she had made for when she is going to be selling at Essen this year.
Yep.
If you're at Essen, look for that sign. You will find her. Let's see. Should all cards in games just have iconography on it so every person play? That would be very nice. It always drives me nuts when I see a game that has a whole bunch of text on the cards. It's like, okay, come on. If you had spent a little bit of time, you could have represented that iconographically.
No, only if
Jen disagrees.
Yes, only if it's good
iconography.
Iconography.
Well, it's ironic that I say this because for the longest time as a video game developer, one of my most common phrases that drove people who worked for me nuts was, a word is worth 1,000 icons. Which is, obviously a take on a picture worth 1,000 words. And I definitely believe that. When it came to design interface, I would always rather just put text on the screen rather than some kind of, but that was because we were doing all our language stuff in the game anyway. And at the end of the day, no series of icons with arrows and stuff could ever replace usually a single word to get an idea across. So I'm a big fan of words, but in the case of board games, it always strikes me as so silly not for them just to go the extra mile.
Well, you're saying extra mile and make nice icons.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
and it's true. It's certainly a lot of times you just can't. There's no good way, and they make the mistake.
Have we played that you can't figure out what the icon means, and we're constantly referring back to the manual?
Jen has changed my mind. I am coming around full. So yeah, I'm thinking specifically. You hated Tournay. because that one was so dense. They didn't even give you, when we got the first edition of Tournay, it came with a player aid that didn't tell you what all the cards did, but told you what all the icons meant. So they basically kind of gave you the key to the hieroglyphics of this game, and you just refused to play. So that was certainly a case of taking it too far.
Yeah.
And really, at the end of the day, it is better. But I'm just appreciative of the fact that there are so many people out there who are just so desperate to play these games, but English is just never going to fly. And having a printout that they can print out themselves and then icons is just so much more useful.
Fair enough. But
there is no good answer.
There's a lot of times where you can get the stickers or put in inserts or something like that if it's in a different language. I mean, you certainly figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Or we just do our own. Yeah. Actually, the best thing I ever saw, y'all you remember it?
I thought you were talking about that. Basically, you bought a second copy of the game because a fan had gone through and done it all.
No.
Was it Caravan?
That was that. Yeah, you're thinking of Kashgar. I'm thinking of. Oh, what was it? It's a Polish game where the word is the Polish word for queue because it's about standing in lines in like 80s era Poland.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that.
Polish. I can't remember the name of it, but what was brilliant about it was they had a bunch of cards, they had iconography, but they did have a lot of text. They had some complex stuff in there, and they just shipped with like 10 languages. Japanese and all kinds of stuff because all the languages were on a bunch of stickers. So you took the cards, you put the stickers of your chosen language, and they shipped with more languages than any other game I ever saw. It was so brilliant because they were selling that game, Koljeka. Koljeka's the name of it. They were selling that in tourist shops in Poland. So they knew they had to sell to everybody in the world. That was so brilliant. Everybody should do that because it cost them nothing. But anyway, Rahdo, the Zomer spell run through is very nice. Thank you. We'll have to work on my Dutch.
Time.
Yes, we had a great time at Zomerspell. It was a wonderful convention.
They did such a good job.
Favorite artist: Vincent Dutroux, Clemens Franz, and two guys whose names I don't immediately recognize. Honey, what is your favorite art in any board game that you can think of?
Gosh, there's been some stunning art. I mean,
it's just whatever comes to your mind is obviously going to when you think of pretty art, what do you think of? Think of a game.
Well, that's the problem. I can think of the art, but I can't think of the
name. Describe to me what you're seeing in your head when you see that art.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. Okay. That's too broad a question. I have to.
It is too. There are so many wonderful artists with so many wonderful styles. It wouldn't be fair. I would have a very hard time doing a top 10 artists.
God, there was one that was really stunning recently, and I just kept going on and on and on about it. Do you remember it? No, I can't remember. We play a lot of games.
We play a lot of games. Sorry. It's a good question. Cosmic Encounter run through, never going to happen. Not a 2-player game, and also way too attacky. 13 days. Yeah, we actually we like 1955. That is as close to Twilight Struggle as I think we're ever going to get. Let's see how. Ready? Okay. So to the bottom. All right. They're going to keep doing this till we eventually call it quits. How long do you want to go on this?
I don't know.
Let's see. When will we get to see Paulo? Paulo has done a video, and Paulo, you need to be doing more videos. Paulo is doing correction videos now. You'll be seeing more of them. I'm hoping that he'll do like at least 3 or 4 a month to catch up when I make really egregiously bad errors. Do I like Jaipur? Yes, I mentioned that a while ago.
Jaipur is great.
Jaipur is great. I've done a run through for it. Have I? Am I? Jesse sells The Art of Game Design. Can you recommend any? I have never read a single book on game design, I have to admit. In my 20-some years of designing games, I do not have what they call the book learning. I have what they call the street smarts. I learned it on the job. So, yeah, I hear the design of everyday things is excellent. I've always meant to read it, but I've never read it. I would love to go on tabletop. Jen would not. Jen, she's not crazy about being here right now. She's just being a good sport. But oh my God, I would love to do tabletop so much. Deserted Island. What are the 3 games you would want to have with you? Watch our top 10 games. Both Jen and I have done top 10 games. Let's see. Let me see. Paulo. Koljeka. Yes, very good. Horace. Don't you feel a little bad sometimes that your poor young board game enthusiast has spent so much money for new games you reviewed and recommended? All I can say is, I've said it many times, pay no attention to my opinions about games. If you buy a game, you should buy it based on the strength of the run-through. All I try to do is make the game come alive so it can sell itself. My opinion shouldn't matter at all. Let's see. Component-wise, what's your favorite game, Honey Pie? You already, yeah. In your opinion, what publisher makes the best quality games? They probably asked that because you said your whole thing about how great quality stuff is nowadays.
Well, I think it is.
Well, now you have to answer that question then, even
How
though you
am I
don't know the
supposed to
name of a
answer that
single publisher.
question?
What is the best produced game we have?
I like Queen's logo.
You like the logo of Queen Games. There you go.
Yeah.
She's just looking over at the wall, and all the Queen Games are right next to each other. So let's see. Yeah, Jen's not gonna be able to answer that. The highest, best. Oh, that's there are too many people who are tied that I would not be able to answer that. Do you still play video games? Surprisingly, almost never. Um, Board games have kind of killed video games for both me and Jen. Occasionally I'll play something on my phone, but heck, I'd rather listen to a podcast on my phone. What was the last game I played? The last game I finished was the second Batman Arkham game, Arkham City. And I have not finished a game since then. And I've started very few. Video games are, I just can't. It's so much more fun to sit here at a table with Jen than to sit in a cave by myself just focusing on a TV.
And I have to say, video games make a lot of noise. And a lot of repetitive noise.
Well, you've made me play games with headphones for years, so that's never been a problem.
I know, he's very considerate about that. But, that's just
You can see my wireless headphones right there that sit unloved and unused because they were always for playing video games.
I'm just saying, you're a very considerate person, but I think that's another benefit of cardboard is that the noise that you're making, everybody's interacting with, and it's pertinent to everyone.
Yeah. Hey, Jen. Charla just got her pink-green player piece and loves them. Thanks.
Aw, that's lovely.
All right. And are you going to play more live games? Yes, we're doing one every other month for the next year. So what was that? Bi-monthly? Is that right?
Sounds good.
Bi-monthly isn't bi-week? Every other month. Favorite games, already talked about that. Have you ever wanted to travel around Europe playing board games named after cities of the actual cities they are named after?
We were going to go to Bruges this time when we were in Belgium.
Yeah.
And it was such a struggle. Should we take Bruges with us? But in the end, we knew we wouldn't have enough time, so we didn't take it with us.
Yeah. But would you want to do that? Would you want to make a travel holiday specifically to play games?
Shall I? You know my idea for next summer. Should we talk about that?
If somebody asks. You ever played Modern Civilization board game? Nope. Civ games really don't work for us because there's just too much conflict and tearing down what somebody else has built. That's just terrible for us. How much do you play with other people or groups? I would say we play a 3 or 4 player game, maybe 1 out of every 50 games we play.
Gosh, do you think it's that little? Because we play with David and Angela.
Yeah, but I mean, we only play with them like once every 3 months. And in between them, we play like 4 or 5 new games every week.
Yep, you're right.
So, yeah, not very often. How much time do you spend gaming per week? It used to be...
He spends all his time gaming.
Well, kind of, or all my time doing Rahdo runs through. This has become a job. It was not my intent, but it has become a job. But when I first started doing this, what I wanted to do was like, schedule 1 game a day, or like not 1 game, but 1 game session, like 1 2-hour session a day. And Jen tried to stick to it, but that just doesn't work for her. Her work ethic just won't let her do it. So we've switched over to trying to do 2 or 3 game days a week, where we set aside. Okay, Jen has said I'm not worrying about anything but playing games today. We play for a solid 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, play a whole handful of games. We do that now 2 or 3 times a week. We've been doing that now for the last couple of months. Yeah, maybe not even that. It's really just been the last month that we've switched over to that, and Jen is much, much happier with that.
Yeah, because then I don't feel like I have to shoehorn 16 things into each day. I can just set aside days to have fun with him.
Do you like the rondel? Of what? That must be from an earlier question. That's the problem with going backwards. We like rondel games. Rondels are awesome. Do you play the 18-round game? It is exhausting. Caverna or Agricola, honey?
Agricola.
There you go. Agricola all the way. Caverna, no can-do ski. How long have you lived in Mdina? We only lived in Mdina for 9 months, give or take.
Well, you lived there for a year. I lived there for 9 months.
Oh, that's right, because I was there 3 months before you got there. So I lived there for a year, and then we've moved over to Gozo, and we've now been at Gozo. We're on our 3rd year here in Gozo. Yep. Or no, I think we're just starting our 3rd year. Ish. How long have you lived in? All right, and why move from the States? We moved we left the United States in November of, what was it? 92.
No.
Or no, was it? Yeah, it was 92 or 96. Whenever the day that we were getting on the plane, the day that it was announced that Bush won his 2nd term in office.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that's why we left, but we were happy to be leaving that day, and we haven't come back yet. Political. Alrighty.
We actually left on Thanksgiving because that was the cheap flight.
Yeah, that's really the reason we left that day. But it was like right around the same time that Bush got won his re-election. And that is 92, isn't it?
I don't think so.
92.
This is 15, honey pie. I think it was maybe 2004.
Yes, of course it was. Yeah, 2001, 2002. Yeah, it was 2004. No, it wasn't because we've been in England.
We were in England for 8 years, and we've been here for.
Is it 96?
3.
96.
No, 06.
2000. 2000. It was 2000. We left. We got into England in 2000. No, doesn't matter.
15 years ago.
If you want, you can look it up on LinkedIn. LinkedIn.com/in/Richard Ham. That's my online CV. Whenever I started working at Lionhead, that's when we moved to England.
It would be 2004 or 2006.
Right.
We'd have to look it up.
What is the best solo board game? Jen would never play a board game by herself. For the longest time, it was.
Oh, you're playing the.
Yeah.
Crossfire.
Yeah. Right now, it's Shadowrun Crossfire because I love it to death. And for the longest time, it was Space Hulk Death Angel. Lots of love from Canada. What's the biggest influence? All right. Have you thought of designing a board game? No. I know how much work designing and developing a board game is. I'm way too lazy for that. Let's see. How many dogs do you own? Do you have? 2. 2 lovely beagles, Dobby and Tallulah. Would you come to The Hague, Holland, and would play with a couple who? I don't know. We'd have to look into it. Would you like to go to The Hague, honey pie? In Holland?
Actually, The Hague sounds like a museum.
Yes,
but truly, it's a city, isn't it?
Well, The Hague is where all the trials were, at The Hague.
Well, we love to travel, so we'd have to look into it.
Yes. Do you tend to prefer playing a game for the story or for the mechanisms?
Well, any game that I play with you has a story, so that is.
Well, like if you watched Peloponnes, I was telling a story as Jen's society was evolving, and and it certainly won after she got that Temple of Apollo. And hey, why are we building? So I tend to bring a lot of storytelling in any game we play.
He's really fun to play with.
Somebody would like to know, what's your idea for next summer, honey?
Oh, well, we haven't decided fully yet, and part of it depends on family things. But we are considering going on a van holiday. We have a little camper van, and we bought it so that we could take our beagles with us and go on holidays. So we're thinking about taking 3 months and the summertime and driving around and playing games and doing run-throughs on the road and doing like interviews with your friendly local game store wherever we happen to be, possibly with gaming groups, possibly hitting conventions or game shows kind of like Sommerspiel, something like that. And the cool thing would be, I think, is there would be a lot more of me in the videos to compensate for the volume.
I can't believe she's announcing this because I think it's crazy.
He thinks
not
it's
the trip, but Jen. We'll see what happens. But
well, I think it would be a lot more casual.
Yeah, I don't know. So it might be weird next summer. It might be all travel games all the time because that's all we'll have on us. But we'll see how it goes.
But we could stop at local game stores and play a run through there.
Yeah. Jen always has all these big ideas that require a lot of logistics and working stuff out. And like, honey, just keep it simple. But that's not in Jen's wheelhouse. Have you ever, I think it looks like, or were you ever, I think it's annoyed by a game to the point where you didn't finish it?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah, that happens all the time with Jen. Jen has a very short not attention span, but very short fuse.
Tolerance.
Me, I'll pretty much finish just about anything, but I got to work hard to bring Jen back to the table sometimes. If you like.
On the other hand, you quite often say, if we're not having fun, let's not play it.
Yes, that's true too. A lot of times she will soldier through, and I'm like, honey, you're miserable. I know you're miserable.
You can tell.
We don't have to spend another hour of you being miserable. Right.
But
I
like to try and give it a fair shake.
Yeah. Do you play Rizal? Never heard of it. Any thoughts on Last of Us? I'm sure it's amazing, but I talked about how I play video games. Do you play Call of Duty? I did a lot back in the day. You ever played Journey on the PS3? I think I did. That was the one with the silent protagonist going over sand dunes. That was really pretty. That was very neat. That's probably one of the last games I played. So after 5 p.m., you've answered a million questions. Go play a game. Oh, we're done for the day. How much you guys spend gaming per week? I already talked about that one. We wanted to travel around. Yeah, okay, so we're caught up. I don't know, honey. Do you want to keep going? Where would you drive around Europe? Or no, where would you drive around, Europe or the States? I think that's, I mean, obviously
Europe.
both, but you would prefer Europe or the States.
For
I mean,
next
we're going to
summer.
do the States someday.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but next summer it would be Europe.
Yeah, because flying the Beagles home
Very expensive.
back to the U.S. is craziness.
Have you ever had that sad feeling that you'll never be able to master a lot of games because there's so much coming out each year? Yeah, it is kind of a shame. I got to admit, I mean, I do like playing the new games. I like always seeing something new and different. So, you know, it's not too much of a hardship for me, but I know Jen more often than not would like to play the same game over and over and over again. And we do try to, but we don't do it near as much as we should. So yeah, there's a single tier coming right. You can't quite tell because of the resolution, but let's see. Oops. If you could replace all the game components with gamer's glass, which one would you do that for?
Oh my goodness.
Well, you're not going to get a good answer because she'd have to actually do it. She's not going to want to do it. Kingdom Builder would be pretty cool. That's the one with all the little tiny houses and they spread all over. You just play one card and it's a very pretty game. Just have a whole bunch of little houses. That would be a really nice one. Just like with these little pink things you saw us using in the in the run through. But that'd be like 30 of them per player or something like that. That'd be nice. When are your birthdays?
I'm in January and you're in April.
January and April. The Hague is the capital city of peace and justice. For a theme with a wish that... Honey, what theme would you love to see in board games that you have not seen?
Oh, gosh.
What subject matter would you like to see a board game cover? I'll give you an easy one if you want.
Yeah. There's Glass Road.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
I was going to say glassmaking. All right, well then.
No, but you said glassmaking.
Yeah. But I mean, I meant one like that's really about the art of glass and keeping it in motion and because it'll all the stuff you have to do. You can totally make a game out of that, like a little 2-player.
I think ceramics would be more interesting to watch actually, because so much you can't see with the glass because it's molten and hot.
What is your favorite game that you know has been designed in Japan? That's a tough one. In all honesty, we have not really enjoyed very many Japanese designed games.
The only one that comes to mind is that fireworks one.
Hanabi? That was not designed in Japan. That was designed in France.
France?
France. It was just set in Japan. Probably Tragedy Looper, or I forget what it's called, 99 Japan. But most of the Japanese design games, there's just something, there's a different aesthetic to them, and they just don't really, well, a lot of times Japanese games don't work well with 2. It definitely seems like societally that's just not a very big focus for them, that they're always, Love Letter is a terrible 2-player game, as is Lost Legacy, as is most of the ones we played. We'll be doing a run-through for Apocrypha. I don't think so. I'm not really quite sure what it is off the top of my head. What game or games do you think what game or games do you think take theme and best apply it to the mechanism? What game does the theme of it really come alive in the way the mechanisms work? This is tough for Jen.
Well, see, mechanisms keep coming back to gadgets for me. So
I
think about the gadgety games that I love.
Jen doesn't really think in terms of mechanisms. What game really captures... That's a tough one to say. I'd really have to think about it a long time. The first thing that pops into my head, in all honesty, Trajan, which a lot of people will scoff at, but I think the theme of that game just comes through brilliantly in that Mancala. Absolutely stellar. Probably not the top one, it's just the first one that comes to mind. How many languages do each of us speak, or sort of speak? Well, I sort of speak English a little. Just English. We both took German, we met in college in German. And so we both speak nur ein bisschen, and that's about it.
I speak a little bit of sign language.
Oh, yes, that's true. Yes, Jen. She's been after me for years to learn just the alphabet so we can talk to each other across crowded rooms and stuff like that. I'm just too lazy. How many times have you been to Essen, and how many times is Jen with you? I don't know. I've been like 4 times, and you've been 2, I think. I think that's right. You've been twice, and I think I've been twice on top of that without you.
Okay. Actually, we bought the chicken cup in Prague and drove back through Essen the first time I went to Essen.
Yes. Yep.
With chicken cup.
With chicken cup. We wouldn't have the chicken cup if it wasn't for Essen.
Yep.
Are you heading for Gen Con this year? Nope, sorry. Too long a flight, too expensive. I am going to BGG Con. Jen, I just want to say it's great to see you bloom as a gracious host over the years. Thank you so much for making the effort to get to know us all. You get a lot of that. A lot of people comment, "Oh, it's so great to see Jen more comfortable in front of the camera." When sometimes you'll jump in front of the camera and whatnot.
Thank you.
What game would you take on a relaxing picnic? Well, it would have to be Morels, obviously. Dungeon of Mandem. It was a good game. Dungeon of Mandem was okay. And it was interesting. Actually, we thought that one worked better as a two-player game than with more. That's a good one. I forgot about that one. What do you do to keep active outside of the board gaming? Because of course, board gaming are very active.
Yes, there's
It's a
all
very
that
active
lifting
hobby.
of.
Yes.
Well, I've just taken up running again. We walk the beagles every day. I really enjoyed the bicycling that we just did in Belgium.
Yeah,
we
haven't bicycled for years, although I ran into some trouble with it, unfortunately.
No.
We used to geocache a lot. We don't do it so much anymore, but we really enjoy geocaching.
Yeah, we geocache when we're on holiday now because that's a great way to see stuff off the beaten path.
And when we first moved here, Jen did a lot of swimming out in the bay, but we've swam that bay so many times now.
Yeah.
We don't swim as much as we were. But when we first moved here, we were swimming quite a bit. Never going to do Memoir 44. Maybe we'll do Battle Lore someday because Jen really loves fantasy. Would you like to host some board games in your house and goes to play? Oh, we have people over. A lot of times people say, "Hey, we're visiting Malta. Could we come by and play a game in the afternoon?" And so, that happens maybe once every couple of months, something like that. About Dice Masters. Oh, Dice Masters is just a no-go with us. Jen, don't you miss the stubble? Because I shaved today, I guess it must be.
I don't know.
Favorite mechanism in a two-player game is the same for any. We talked about that one earlier. Would you ever consider going an RPG run-through? Nah, RPGs really. I looked into trying to get an RPG that would work well with two, but it was a non-starter.
I mean, the closest we do is the Shadowrun Crossfire, yeah?
No, that's an entirely different thing. I mean, that's like a full-on. I'm the dungeon master and I'm telling a story, and you're having to tell a story in parallel.
What's that one
with
the
me.
really thick manual?
The really thick manual.
Is it Smurf?
Or Agents of Smurf, yeah. But yeah, that's where the game is the dungeon master basically. Would you be interested in supporting a group site with the aim of bringing board games together? That's a lot of work. I would say no. Have you ever had the? Yeah, okay. So we're caught up again, honey. Say when.
Well, I think we've been chatting for about an hour, haven't we?
Yep. Alrighty. Oh, the volume is so low. Sorry, we didn't know that. Nobody said anything. But I think that is a good place to stop. So people wanted to see our view. There's one person asking for it again. So I am going to. Jen will get up. She is going to demicify herself and pick up the camera and show the view, which means I have to bring the other camera view back. Let's see if I can do that. Whoop.
Can I just pick up this one?
Yeah. Yep, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
So there goes. Bye-bye, Peloponnes. And yeah, you can just pull this. Right.
Okay.
And hello. And so Jen's going to give a view. The cable is a bit short.
Can you see that?
No, you pan down a bit. And so, let's see. Actually, hold on a second. Maybe I can. I think that I've got like some controls. I can mess with the RRT video settings. Enable auto white balance. Oh, okay, there it goes. Yeah, so you can see the ocean out there. There's a beach just right down the hill. We live on the first floor of a ground floor of apartments. Jen's trying to get higher and looking down a bit more. Yeah, that's a pretty good view. This is our view out the window, 365. Actually, our favorite thing about living here is the stormy days. Not the beautiful days like today, but when the storms are up and we're seeing like 20 or 30-foot waves swelling right outside our window, it's just stunning. It's so beautiful. This is a really popular beach. Our least favorite time of the year in Malta is actually the summer because people come from all over Malta. This little strip of land just gets chock-a-block with tourists. So we love it because 9 months out of the year, this is dead. Nobody comes here, and that's when all the really dramatic weather happens, and it's not too hot to take the beagles for a walk every day. And so anyway, that's just a little view of our little slice of heaven. And that's it, folks. I think we're going to stop right there. And you can just look at me, I guess. And that's it, folks. And there's Tula. And Dob is in the back room. Dob is done with you people. She says we should have been done a while ago. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you later. So long. Oh, wait, you know what? I need to time this. So I need to get the quit button up here. DT, where's the quit button? Ho, ho, ho. Righty, stop streaming. Are you sure? Alrighty. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you later. So long.
Bye-bye.
Say it louder.
Bye-bye.